Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Cowboys have been very busy completing a trade with their division rival, the New York Giants, last night, acquiring defensive tackle Jordan Phillips and a 7th-round pick in exchange for a 6th-rounder. Phillips was a 2nd-round pick of the Dolphins in 2015. They also signed free agent pass rusher Carl Lawson, formerly of the Bengals and Jets, who was a 2017 2nd-round pick. He has 27 career sacks since 2017.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the 3rd time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live on this Thursday afternoon at El Guacamole on Blanco Road, just outside of 1604. I guess we're celebrating. They've remodeled their bar here. I've been coming here a while.
Yeah.
And I've seen, last time I was in here, it was all plastic. You couldn't see what was behind it. They have unveiled it as they have their brand new bar. And if you're out in this part of the world, you know there needs to be a good bar on this part of town.
Well, it's growing like crazy on this part of town. So this place is going to fit in perfectly. I have never been to this particular location. I've been to the other one many, many times. But I tell you what, Jason, I need a siesta, man. After the lunch we just had here, the food is fantastic.
Yep.
Unbelievable. It was so good, man. I chowed that down big time.
Absolutely. You want lunch, early happy hour, and you kind of want to say, let's just say this is your happy hour for today because, it's now 2:02. And we got free margaritas.
You didn't say that very loud. You're just talking about the folks listening, either on the radio or YouTube or other places, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's right. You got to, I think, I don't know what the number is, but it doesn't matter. Get over here and have one.
We said for the first 25.
Right.
But if I'm keeping track, I can't get past, I'll do this on one hand. So I'll constantly start over. You get over here between now and the end of the show, and you come and say hello. You're going to get a free margarita.
How about that? This bar is really nice, too. I mean, it's a nice bar to come sit down and hang out. Got the big screen TV above the bar, 2 out here. So a good place to come and hang out and watch some football.
Yeah, there's Thursday night preseason football on tonight that I know everybody's excited about because, why not? I mean, we're getting closer and closer to it. And let's face it, if you had plans to go see Barry Manilow tonight, your plans have changed. You can come hang out with us here at El Guacamole because, Barry Manilow has COVID and he's canceled the show tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poor old Barry.
Well, at his age, you got to take all the precautions. Now, I will say they have already rescheduled that concert for August 30th. So, but tonight, you can't throw your underwear at them. You just got to keep them on for another 2 weeks and keep them ready to go for the Fanilo show tonight.
Yeah, and do that. Just keep them on. Don't take them off.
Yeah.
Just make sure they're good and ripe.
Yes.
For Barry, because he'll have his sense of smell back by then. And
maybe.
Maybe. That's true. I guess some people don't.
It's a good point. I forgot about the loss of smell with COVID and, quite frankly, some of the other symptoms. But I know a friend of mine was going. I sent him the news. He was unaware of it. And he's not happy. And I told him that, you're going to have to keep those skivvies for a while. And he said, I'm not taking them off until he comes back.
That's exactly what you should do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, good for Manilow for rescheduling that thing pretty quickly.
Yes.
Well, you don't have to wait a long time.
Well, and look, I mean, we kid a little bit. I mean, he is a legend. Those that were going tonight, very excited, especially because it's his last stop in San Antonio. At least it's being billed that way. So at least it was rescheduled quickly. Last year we had tickets to go see Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks in Dallas, and it got canceled because of illness within Stevie Nicks' group, and they rescheduled that for a year later. And I got to be honest, I wondered if they were going to make it. Would they say they did? But some of those shows you look and I say, well, I hope you make this rescheduled date.
Well, and you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
You made it.
I made it. They made it. Well, more importantly, they made it.
Well, and the good part about that is, Jason, as we talked about, as that was coming up, you paid for those tickets a year ago.
Uh-huh.
So it's almost like you went to a free concert.
More or less.
Right?
More or less.
You don't even think about the money you spent a year ago.
Yeah. Speaking of the San Antonio Spurs, or at least the Frost Bank Center, where Barry Manilow is going to be not going to be at tonight, Spurs and Rockets will be the Spurs home opener. October 26th will be that day.
Well, that's cool. They're actually going to open the season on the 24th in Dallas.
Okay.
In a game that's going to be nationally televised on TNT.
Now, one thing that as the schedule is coming out, and we'll dive into all of it, I'm already kind of pissed. And, well, look, I understand why the Spurs want to play some games at the Moody Center in Austin. But Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns will play the Spurs at the Moody Center on February 20th. Now, for Kevin Durant, that's a homecoming since, he did go to UT for one semester. But you look at that, and I'm like, dude, Phoenix is pretty good. Kevin Durant, I get why are they doing that for the visiting team? They're not going to have trouble selling tickets.
Probably not, but if you want to go see that game, you're perfectly welcome to drive to Austin and check it out.
I don't want to go see my Spurs in Austin against Kevin Durant. It feels like they're doing Kevin Durant a solid with that, and I don't see why.
Well, he's a good dude. He's 35 years old. You never know; he might not get back to Austin ever.
Well, I all of that, but I mean, give Austin the games nobody gives a damn about. Last year they had Denver in there, but. Phoenix, Kevin Durant, they're going to celebrate his son at that game and not the Spurs while they're trying to build the Spurs fan base in Austin. I just look at that and I don't understand that one. That one makes no sense to me.
Well, look, they've tried, I'm kind of over it now, I guess. I was pissed off when it first happened.
Sure.
And they're going to Austin and doing all that, but I've kind of come to the realization that, for the Spurs to be financially healthy, they've got to go up to Austin, get some of that Austin money, that corporate stuff. So, you go up there, you feed them a little bit, and give them a Kevin Durant. I mean, who cares? The dude might not even play February 20th. Hell, by then, you never know.
He'll play in that game. And again, I'm not mad that the Spurs play in Austin. I get it. I understand it. They're trying to grow their fan base in Austin. So you do that against teams and players that aren't going to be the main attraction. When the main attraction for that game is going to be Longhorn legend Kevin Durant, who's playing for the other team, you're probably going to see a lot more Suns gear there than Spurs gear. Feels like it's defeating the purpose a little bit.
Well, it could be, but I mean, unless you're a little older, if you're going to the University of Texas now, you don't know who the hell Kevin Durant is, where he went to school.
Yes, you
Come
do.
on, you don't know.
Oh, come on. I mean,
Kevin Durant's what, 85
well,
now?
I mean, that's like saying that the kids that are going there now have no idea who Vince Young is or who Earl Campbell is.
They don't?
They do.
No.
They do.
I guarantee you, I'd love to go up there and take a poll.
You want to take a poll?
Take a poll.
You always want to take a poll.
Exactly.
I'm starting to worry about you.
I like polls. So I just think it'd be just the student body. Do you know who Vince Young is? Yeah, I eat at his steakhouse all the time.
No.
He's a great guy.
They can't afford to eat at his steakhouse. But they know the legend names. I mean, they might not know who Peter Gardere is. Do you even know who Peter is?
Absolutely.
All right.
Former Texas Longhorn quarterback.
And he's known for what?
Being a quarterback.
Never losing to Oklahoma.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Nobody cares.
Nobody.
I mean, it's like Marty Akins. You know who Marty Akins is?
Marty Akins?
Yeah.
No.
He's a Longhorn quarterback.
Yeah.
Do you know his daughter is married to Sergio Garcia?
No.
How about that?
And you only know that because you know Sergio.
No,
you know his daughter.
I was a huge Marty Akins fan as a kid.
Boy, that sounds like you should be a country singer.
I'm telling you.
That's where I thought you were going with that.
I say, I know more about the Longhorns than you do.
Oh, you think?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, this guy's already enjoying a margarita over there.
Well, of course
How
he
about
is.
that?
Yeah.
And a cold beer.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Way to get things going.
Yeah. Why
Free
not? It's Thursday. Get the weekend going here.
You know, the best part about it is that margarita's free.
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, don't tell him that.
No.
But we'll tell you that.
Dude, are you kidding me? As soon as I walked through the door a minute ago, he says, hey, are you the guy I got to hit up for a free margarita?
He hit up you?
He did. And I said, dude, I'm not buying.
Well, see, and that's the thing is I'm the one counting them, so that one's not on my list.
Good.
So this works out really good.
Perfect.
Absolutely. We're at El Guacamole on Blanco outside of 1604. And, basically by Timberwood Park. You just keep driving down Blanco. You'll see us on the right-hand side. It's a great restaurant. They've just redone the entire bar here, and they're celebrating the opening of the bar here at El Guacamole. Free margaritas. Suppose I got to say for the first 25, but, we're not counting.
These are the nicest people I think I've ever met that work here at El Guacamole.
Well, I thought you were talking about that table that just got three margaritas.
That table's nice too.
They will be nice in a minute.
I'm
after
just
they
saying.
finish those margaritas.
Well, I hope they have more than one. I mean, if you're gonna start, you got to finish strong.
Yes, but those are the free ones. Yeah.
But seriously, the folks that work here, I've never felt more welcome in a place in a long time, and sometimes people remember me and they don't welcome me anymore.
It's easy for them to be nice to you now because they don't know you.
Yeah, by the end of the show,
by the end of the show, or when they see your tip, next time. No, it's always great service here at El Guacamole on Blanco outside 1604 here until 6 o'clock. Come hang out with us on this Thursday afternoon. Cowboys have finally added some players. Players they needed to add.
Yeah.
But they're making moves. We give them crap for not doing anything. They actually did something, and quite honestly, I like the moves that they were able to do. Let's talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back. The 2024 Hunters Extravaganza. August 16th through the 18th at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. Fun for the whole family. Check out our hunting seminars, the latest in hunting equipment, last season's best bucks in our annual deer contest, and for the little hunters, games, live alligators, snakes, and more. August 16th through the 18th at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. For details and tickets, go to huntersextravaganza.com.
Selling your home is full of catch-22s. Do you pay for upgrades like new flooring and fresh paint to sell for more, or put that money toward your dream home? Jason Minix here from San Antonio Sports Star. I want to tell you about Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, where you can do both. Get more money for your current home and put more money down on your new one. Here's how it works. Orchard makes you an impressive backup cash offer for your old home. That unlocks cash for you to buy and move into your new. Orchard team handles the repairs and upgrades on your old home at no upfront cost. Then your local Orchard agent lists, shows, and sells your home on the market. One customer said, quote, Orchard sold my home for more than I expected, and I got a golf cart. Home selling doesn't have to be a catch-22. With Orchard, get expert guidance and top dollar for your home. Visit Orchard.com and start with your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com. It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe pork rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe pork rinds. It's crunch time. Find your ride at HEB.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-785-9545. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-785-9545 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-785-9545 to see if you qualify. That's 800-785-9545.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy, so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenient stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Make sure you're following on social, Twitter, Instagram, at Joe Reinagel 210, at Jason Minix. The station is at SA Sports Star. We're live out here at El Guacamole, Blanco, and 1604, outside of 1604, a couple miles down on the right-hand side, right by Timberwood Park. Come hang out with us. Free margaritas.
Yeah, we got to say that low. Free margaritas.
Free margaritas.
So you walk through the door, you head to the bar. There's a couple seats up there. Sit down and order you a margarita. And, well, it's on the Blitz.
Absolutely. And Joe's picking up the tab.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
No, not really?
Not really.
Not really. Not really.
I think Lance is picking up this tab, isn't he? No, I guess he's not. El Guacamole is picking up the tab for the free margaritas.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Come hang out with us.
Nice. Yeah, come see us.
It's a Thursday. Cowboys made a couple of moves late last night. Carl Lawson, a pass rusher. They pick him up. Jordan Phillips, a defensive tackle. They pick him up. And you think about the injury to Sam Williams. Lawson, they brought him in and worked him out a couple weeks ago, and they didn't sign him. Now they have. Veteran guy. All good moves, and they provide depth. They're not superstar type of stuff, but, you think about drafting Nealand and then the expectation of Sam Williams, getting them some help. And maybe after one preseason game, they went, well, yeah, let's try some other guys.
Yeah, and they signed an offensive lineman yesterday, and it's a good thing because Earl Bostic, who not a starter but depth-wise, is back in Dallas today. He's going to undergo surgery. No telling how long he's going to be out, but you got to figure for a significant period of time. So the Cowboys adding some depth, and props to them for doing it. I mean, they need that right now.
Well, I mean, yes, you're going to need offensive line depth throughout. We see this every year and really with every team. And at some point it becomes an area of, who's available when you guys, when your team suffers an injury and you go get the best of the best that are on the I need a job list, right? At this point, except for really extreme veteran guys who don't necessarily need training camp or preseason games, those they have a job. We signed that dude, Arizona State, played for, I think, Michigan in the UFL. And the number of guys from the spring football league that are being added is impressive. And I think it just comes down to they've had so many reps on film that has improved their stock as opposed to being one of the last guys cut at one training camp, but then you're waiting for an entire year for another shot at getting into a training camp and seeing what you've got. You get real game film, and it makes a huge difference for all these guys.
Well, and I think it makes a huge difference in experience for those guys. You get it on tape, and that's good, and scouts from the NFL can look at it, but you're getting better at your craft instead of just sitting on the sidelines or on the practice squad and just getting reps in practice. You're actually out there playing in games, and I think that's huge. And I really would like to see the NFL somehow, some way, develop and have a minor league system, if you will, similar to what baseball has. I just think it would help tremendously. We've talked about a third-string quarterback, for example, say that's Trey Lance, going to the spring leagues and getting some reps that he needs desperately.
I've been saying that and talking about this very subject since the Commanders days, and Daryl Moose Johnston was the general manager of the Commanders, and he's now like the big boss man with the UFL. And I understand the complexities and some of the reasons why they haven't been able to figure that out. And basically it comes down to health insurance and who's responsible for contracts if there is an injury. But the reality is the reps matter. And I look at the quarterback that we had in San Antonio after the Alliance League folded. Logan Woodside has been in the NFL ever since with the Tennessee Titans, Atlanta, and he's now with Cincinnati. Guys living a really good life, holding a damn clipboard and playing preseason football. But if there's an injury, he's ready to go. Coming out of Toledo, Logan Woodside wasn't getting any looks anywhere from the NFL, but with what he did in the spring league, he's done it. Luis Perez is there now. There's other guys that have made that jump. And you look at a lot of these quarterbacks, they need it. Same with the offensive linemen and defensive linemen, for that matter, those guys in the trenches. And when you look at those from the UFL that have signed with an NFL team, and I would have to actually go and count them, just going off of when I see the different releases come through, seems like a lot of them are offensive or defensive linemen. Corners, wide receivers, small numbers. There's a lot of those guys out there. It's hard to find quarterbacks and linemen.
Yeah, absolutely. It just benefits those players. And again, and you have to wonder, Jason, and you look back at this, at how many players just never quite caught on in the NFL because they just weren't quite good enough. But had they had the opportunity to go to a spring league or minor league system, for lack of a better word, would they have made it? Would that have made a difference? And I just think it's time for the NFL to develop that. Maybe that comes down to college football now with it turning into pro football. I don't know what the answer is, but I would like to see them incorporate and be able to send guys down from NFL teams into the spring leagues and get them the experience they need.
Now, so the Cowboys, they're able to get Lawson. They also work a trade with the New York Giants, which, all right, you don't see a lot of trades in the NFC East between those teams. We get Jordan Phillips for a 2026 7th-round pick, and we get their 6th-round pick, and we get a player. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then I see a tweet. You remember that photo of Aaron Rodgers when he was still with the Packers and he just flat got clobbered and his chin strap was over his nose and he's got this look on his face like, what the hell just happened? That was a hit by Phillips. That guy is now a member of the Dallas Cowboys.
The only thing that I saw, there were some tweets that were a little bit negative when it comes to him, just simply by the fact that everybody expected the Giants to just flat out release this guy.
Yep.
So the Cowboys didn't have to necessarily make a trade, but you're getting you're getting a 7th round pick in exchange for a 6th rounder, so it doesn't really affect them all that much. And if he's the guy that they wanted, so be it. They got him.
Now, I will say this, and I agree. When you see a guy that you think is going to get released, and you've just made a trade for him, why didn't you just wait?
Yeah.
2 things. The Cowboys need that depth position, right? We know that. If they really wanted this guy, they ensured that they got him for basically nothing. If he gets released, he's got to clear waivers. What if other teams out there were also looking and waiting for him to get released so we could just go snag him up? I'm not mad at Stephen Jones for doing that. And I think the people that are going to Twitter and going, oh, you could have just waited. You didn't. You just want to be mad at the Dallas Cowboys. If you want something and you want to ensure that you're getting that guy with no competition, plus you get him in your system a lot sooner than if you wait until the release date. Maybe they need the depth just for these preseason games coming up. But it's not like they gave up a 4th round pick or a 3rd round pick for a move like that.
Yeah, kind of like they did with Trey Lance.
Yes.
Kind of like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, a 4th round pick that they just kind of threw out the window as they're driving down the road.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah. Little breaking news out of training camp.
Uh-oh.
Not good. According to Nick Harris from DallasCowboys.com, wide receiver Brandon Cooks is heading to the injury tent.
Oh, my.
Don't have any other information. He seems to be bothered by something during special teams drills.
Special teams drills.
That's what I'm seeing on Twitter right now. And again, you think about no CeeDee Lamb right now. Jake Ferguson and Brandon Cooks have been the targets for the Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks, any of the quarterbacks. So when we're working with the ones, those have been the guys. And Brandon Cooks has had one hell of a training camp. When we were out there in Oxnard, everything that we have seen from those that are still out there, like our buddy John Machota, Brandon Cooks, after he started so slow last year, finished strong, is picking up where he left off last year with a strong training camp. And hopefully that means a strong beginning to the season, but also with no CeeDee Lamb in camp. Brandon Cooks has been a stud. Do not like seeing that he is going to the injury tent for any reason.
Well, but what's weird about that is during special teams drills, I don't remember Brandon Cooks being on the special teams. And if that's the case, that to me is kind of sad when you look at it that way. Not sure what he was doing. We'll find out more. Apparently he was not carted off. He was just kind of helped off the field a little bit in the medical tent. So it doesn't appear at this moment that it's that serious, but we'll wait and see what they say.
Well, and again, who knows what he was doing with the special teams? I mean, it was special teams time. He might have been doing something off to the side. I don't know, but, it's kind of like hearing Micah Parsons say he wants to play running back. And, if he gets hurt playing running back, you're going, what the hell are you doing? But we did see him in practice line up at running back. We talked to Micah Parsons yesterday on the Blitz, and we asked him about playing running back, if that's something real or just something they were doing for fun one day at practice.
Yeah, that's something I want to do. Mike McCarthy said if I got hurt playing running back, he'll just walk off the field and never come back. So,
yeah.
And I think he would probably have the entire Jones family running him off the field at that point in time if that happened. But look, Mike is one of those players that thinks he can do everything, and maybe he can. But he did line up at running back, and everybody thought, oh, my goodness, is this going to be a thing? I don't believe that it will, but Micah was probably politicking for that, and McCarthy, just to shut him up, said, okay, get in there.
Probably, yeah. I mean, that's exactly. Although what's funny is Micah told us that yesterday. Mike McCarthy, in talking to the media today, was asked about him playing running back, and he said the exact same thing. If he gets hurt, I'm walking right off the field. So don't Don't draft Micah Parsons as a running back in your upcoming fantasy draft for, one of those late round picks when you're just ready for it to be over. Probably not going to happen in a regular season game.
No, I'd almost guarantee it's not going to happen at any time, regular season or otherwise. Micah Parsons is not going to be playing running back.
No.
Who is going to be playing running back? That's the question. If not Micah, then who?
You?
Why not? I got a little bit of a burst through there, Minix. And then they'd break me in half.
I was going to say, sad part is you'd only be good for one play a game.
One play a season. Are you kidding me? I'd have a leg over there and an arm over there on that side. My head would be over there. Dude.
That joke went right over his head, didn't it?
It probably did. What was it? You want to say it again?
No.
Did I miss something?
Yes.
Ryan, put up a poll. What did Joe just miss?
We don't need another poll.
I think we need all the polls we can get. So you're going to have to explain that to me, I guess, during the break.
Do I really have to explain
yeah, because
that?
I don't even remember what you said. I mean,
you
half
said
the time,
you're good for one burst.
Yes.
Said one burst a game. One play a game.
Uh-huh.
And then you need a week to recover, and you're good for one more play.
Well, I guess. I mean, since your mind's in the gutter.
My mind's in the gutter.
I'm talking football. You're talking something else.
I don't think you were talking something else. We were on the exact same wavelength, my friend.
I do have that burst.
Yes,
Boom.
once.
Yes.
That lack of a Cowboys run game could be one of the reasons why the Cowboys do not make the top 10 ranked teams by Fox Sports heading into the season. Let's look at that list. It's kind of interesting. And the Cowboys aren't there. And again, I've been saying for this whole offseason, no expectations might be really good for Dallas. I like it. Let's talk about it. Coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. It is Thursday. A little bit later on in the show, we're going to judge meat and give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Markets. You've got time to upload your photos at sasportstar.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page. And if you're going to do any grilling over the next couple of days, you need to get into Tri-County Meat Market. They're two great locations. Locally owned, full service. They have everything you need to up your grilling game. Want to do some ribs this weekend? St. Louis style baby backs, maybe some good beef ribs, English crosscuts, big old steak. You want a tomahawk, a bone-in ribeye, a nice filet, tri-tip picanha, the sausage. They're pre-made food that's ready to go. The deal that Ryan Eagle had the other day, those avocado bombs, they are all incredible. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect. And you could always take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25. Tri-County offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Two great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner. Online at tricountymeat.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, we have NFL football. We'll look back at the games and look forward to a full slate.
And we'll take a look at the Big Ten. The new additions, who's going to struggle, who's going to succeed. We'll talk about it. All starts at 6 right here on the Morning Huddle.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by September 2nd, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Football season is among us. Experience the ultimate game day at 49 Cigars at the Village of Stone Oak, Suite 101. Enjoy our fine selection of premium cigars, and you can bring your own beverages. Catch all the action in style at 49 Cigars, where great cigars and unforgettable sports moments meet.
After a total renovation of their greens, Olympia Hills invites you to their grand relaunch event the weekend of September 13th. Olympia Hills has renovated all 18 greens to enhance your golfing experience. Come and enjoy the dramatic elevation changes and a layout that's been strategically designed for your enjoyment. Follow on social media for updates and witness the transformation of your favorite course. Discover premier golfing in Bexar County with the grand relaunch the weekend of September 13th. Book your tee time now at OlympiaHillsGolf.com.
Join the Blitz today, live from El Guacamole Mexican Grill on 25020 Blanco Road for a special grand opening of their newly remodeled bar, raffles, giveaways, and free margaritas, all starting at 2 p.m. at El Guacamole Mexican Grill on 25020 Blanco Road.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live out at El Guacamole on Blanco Road, just outside of 1604. So 1604 Blanco. Couple miles down.
That's not that far.
Nah,
not at all.
Timberwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, free margaritas.
Yeah, I mean, I'd drive a long way for a free margarita.
Yes, you would.
Absolutely. Then have somebody else drive home.
Maybe.
Depends on how many I had.
Well, you get one free one out here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Do those guys know that?
Maybe.
They're enjoying it though. I see that.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
They're having they're having some fun.
Yeah, they look good.
So the NBA's opening week schedule has been announced. Well, the entire schedules have been announced, but the season will start October 22nd. Double headers on TNT. The Spurs' first game also on TNT Thursday, October 24th, on the road against the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, man, that'll be a great opening. And then you got back-to-back games with the Houston Rockets after that. So that's going to be interesting as well. So the Spurs schedule is out. Spurs season right around the corner, and you got to be looking forward to it. That'll be pretty decent this year.
Well, better than they have been, right?
Well, we'll see. A couple of old guys in camp. We'll see what happens.
What I do like, and I realize this is subject to change. I saw a tweet earlier. NBA TV is doing a TV special tonight, and they're promoting that. And they had all the superstars on this graphic except Wemby. So I thought, I wonder what that means as far as national TV games for the Spurs. They've got 1, 2. Do we count NBA TV as national TV?
I would say they do, yes.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 games at quick count for the Spurs on national TV. I think back last year, because of the intrigue with Wemby being a rookie, they had a lot of national TV games early in the season and nothing late because the NBA knew that the Spurs were going to suck even though they had Wemby. This year, they do have a handful of games post-All-Star break on national TV. And remember last year they were flexed out of some games and flexed into some because of the other team that they were playing. But right now, March 2nd against Oklahoma City is their last game on national TV, being ESPN or TNT. They do have 2 on NBA TV scheduled for March 21st and March 29th against Philly and Boston, respectively. And it does make me wonder if the national TV partners, when they were going through the schedule, figuring out what games they want, are they looking at the Spurs as not being a playoff team yet again because the vast majority of their national TV games are pre-All-Star break?
Well, I think that's a pretty safe bet, don't you? And a couple of reasons for that. Look, I think Wemby's going to be much better, obviously, and that's going to be some wins in itself. Chris Paul, he hasn't played more than, 58 games in the last 2 or 3 years, so you can't really expect him to play a full schedule, a full season. And how much better, obviously at this point in time, unless something happens between now and then, Keldon Johnson's back. Devin Vassell, they should be better, at least Vassell for sure. I think this team is teetering on a play-in position at this point in time. But a lot's going to depend, I think, on Chris Paul and how many games he plays and his health. And I think that's a legit question. And I'm not being Debbie Downer here, but I'm just stating the truth that this guy, he's no spring chicken anymore, and he just doesn't play a lot of basketball games anymore.
When you look at the idea of a international superstar like Wemby and those putting together the TV schedule for the NBA don't have a lot of late season national TV games early on, at least right now, scheduled with the Spurs because they don't anticipate the Spurs being good. The Dallas Cowboys might be the only team in any sport where expectations don't have to be greatness for them to be a national TV draw. For example, this year, the feeling on the Cowboys is 9 to 11, maybe 12 wins, but not winning the NFC East. Nobody is talking about the Cowboys being a Super Bowl team, yet they're a national TV draw all the time. Fox, who will have the Cowboys on in their prime window a gazillion times, which is almost when you're in that 325 window, when you get in the Tom Brady game, we got to say it that way now since he's their number one broadcaster. That's like Thursday night, Sunday night. You get the biggest TV audience for a Sunday afternoon that you can get. Yet Fox puts out their top 10 teams heading into the 2024 season. And the Dallas Cowboys don't make the top 10. They don't.
No, they don't. And I'm wondering, though, you could debate some of these teams and should they be in lieu of one of these others?
Well, and again, you're creating a top 10 when 14 teams make the playoffs. So they're not saying the Cowboys aren't a playoff team. They're just saying they're,
not top 10.
Not top 10 and not one of the division champs. Also, when you look at their top 10, only 4 of their top 10 are from the NFC. The other 6 from the AFC. For the record, it's Kansas City number 1, San Francisco 2, Detroit 3, Philly 4, Houston at 5.
Houston.
Green Bay, Cincy, Baltimore, Buffalo, Cleveland.
Okay. I mean, are there any teams there that you disagree with?
Yeah, when you're creating a top 10, is Green Bay going to pick up where they left off? And it looks like, Jordan Love is turning into that guy. Detroit, are they going to remember they're Detroit, or are they really building something special? Philly started great last year, and then the wheels came off the wagon. All the issues that we've been reading about for the last week between Jalen Hurts and their head coach, is Kellen Moore going to be the fixer of that? I mean, you can debate them, and that's what a list like this is for. Would I put Dallas in there? No, I wouldn't. But if you were saying this is going to be a playoff team, I do think Dallas ends up with one of the wild cards. And it's not because I think Dallas is that good this year. It's more because I think the overall NFC is that weak this year.
Yeah, but I think it's better than it has been. It's certainly better than it was last year. And again, the AFC North, 3 teams out of the 4 are in the top 10. It's going to show you how good that division is going to be. The top 3, I have no disagreement with. I do think Detroit is building something, and I think they're just going to continue to get better. Green Bay, I'm not sold on Green Bay. I'm not. I know everybody. That's the team du jour, the Green Bay Packers. I'm not necessarily sold on those guys. My team, my dark horse team at this moment in time, is the team sitting at number 10. And that's the Cleveland Browns. Okay. I really think the Cleveland Browns are going to surprise the hell out of everybody and be a team that's going to be in the mix when it's all said and done. And I tell you what, you get, depending on health, obviously, with Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, I could see, and Deshaun Watson for that matter, I could see Cleveland winning that division. It's going to be a tough haul for any of those teams, but the Cleveland Browns are my dark horse team.
But when you look at in the AFC side, survival of the fittest. I mean, because you're right. I mean, you look at like Cincinnati wasn't a playoff team last year, but we know why. Will Jacksonville and Indianapolis be playoff teams this year? What about the New York Jets if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy? You're right. It's going to be a dogfight in the AFC. But in the NFC, I think it's easy to put San Francisco, Detroit, and Philadelphia as your 3 best teams in the NFC, right?
Sure.
And then Green Bay. How sold are you on them? Is, the Rams, are they going to be able to refine that flame they had a couple of years ago that made it all the way to the Super Bowl? But when you look at how good is Chicago going to be, Minnesota thought they might be good. Maybe not. Probably not. At this point, discount them. Seattle is a bit of a wild card just because Pete Carroll isn't there and you don't know what you're going to get. So to think that the Dallas Cowboys wouldn't be a wild card team, but would I put them in the top 10? No, but I know 14 teams are going to make the playoffs. I'm not sold on the Giants. I'm not sold on Washington. I think they'll both be a little bit better, but how much? Atlanta, if you were picking a dark horse in the NFC, Atlanta's got a quarterback right now, 2 of them really. They're finally, I think, going to use that Pitts guy. He's pretty good tight end that, hasn't been utilized. Bijan Robinson going into his 2nd year. Good defense. I like Atlanta as a dark horse team on the NFC side.
Atlanta's a good pick, and I don't discount Washington. Depending on the play of that rookie quarterback, I think the Washington, whatever you're calling them these days,
Commanders.
Is that what it still is?
Yes.
I thought it changed every year.
Yeah, the Fighting Dan Quinn.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a team that's certainly not going to. You're not going to look at them on the schedule anymore and say that's an easy win. I think depending on the play of their rookie quarterback, and a lot depends on that, I think that they're they're going to be much better. Adding Austin Eckler, I think, was a great move for Washington. A running back that can not only carry the football, but he can catch the football. And I just think overall they're going to be a better team. Are they a playoff team? I wouldn't go that far, but I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, and a team that, again, is just not going to be a pushover.
What I do look at when you look at the Fox list of their top 10, the love that the Houston Texans are getting is so well deserved. Will they, one, how do they handle success? And two, can they live up to the expectation? And what I worry about for Houston fans, because, man, they had so many dark years. Bill O'Brien just completely screwed that thing up. I was showing you my Facebook memories are always fun this time of year because it's all back at training camps from 10, 12, 15 years ago, 6 years ago. And yesterday, I mean, on the show, I don't know, 10 years ago, we're doing our show, The Blitz, down there, and, we're on the field in the practice bubble, and Gary Kubiak is sitting there. D'Amico Ryans was a player. He was sitting with us. Wade Phillips was the coordinator, was there. And Andre Johnson and Arian Foster. They had so many good, J.J. Watt, good players, and thought they were building something that, they didn't get over the hump. Then O'Brien came in and screwed everything up. What I worry about now for Houston is they're finally good again. But the AFC is so damn strong.
Yeah, as long as you have that red of Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes, it's going to be tough to get over that. And again, we already talked about the AFC North. That's going to be a brutal division. And I think that the division that the Texans are in is going to be a tough division. I think Jacksonville's going to be a good team, and I think it comes down to those two teams. But Indianapolis is no pushover.
Yeah, if their quarterback in Indianapolis, if Richardson, who we didn't see enough of last year, if he's healthy, I like Indy probably more than I like Jacksonville, to be honest with you, although I do think Houston ends up winning the AFC South.
And don't count out Mr. Mayonnaise either, buddy. Down there in Nashville.
I think I can count out Mr.
Mayonnaise. No, he'll be there.
He'll attract all the gnats. And outside of that, he's going to be they're going to be just fine. I mean, look, you're a Titan fan. I get it.
Well,
and again, counting them out. I mean, I'm counting them out.
Well,
they made the dumbest coaching move last year, and I don't know that they'll get over that so quickly.
Well, that was a dumb move. There's no question about it.
Although I do like their new running back, but not as much as I like their old running back.
Well, and it's so funny that old running back should have a star in his helmet at this point in time.
Should.
Because that's where he wanted to go, and Dallas just said, nope,
no,
get out.
They're
Can't do it.
Not doing it. And like you said, Bengals, Ravens, and Browns, man, battling that out. Now, you said you like the Browns.
I like the Cleveland Browns. That's if I had to pick one in the AFC, it'd be them. If I'm picking one in the NFC, I'm going to go with the Washington Commanders. Those are my two picks, dark horse as they are. Those would be the picks that I would say. I think one of those teams is going to be this year's Houston Texans. I think that's going to surprise everybody. Nobody expected Houston to do what they did last year. Nobody expects Washington to do anything this year. I think they surprise people a little bit and will be better than most people are giving them credit for. And then Cleveland's just good. They're just in a very tough division.
And again, Cleveland being good, well, that would be a surprise, but not really, because they're expected to be good this year. Although your love for Cleveland has excited our friend Brandon Pugel, who just texted me. First thing Joe ever said that was right. your love for Cleveland.
Isn't that funny how I'm right when people agree with me?
Yes.
If they don't agree with me, I don't know anything.
Yeah,
you see how
that's exactly how it is.
That's how it works.
Although, he's a beer man, so that might get you a free beer.
Hey, I'm in. Let's do it. I really believe that, though. I think they've got a good team, top to bottom, both sides. And again, all of these things, it's health. Somebody's going to lose somebody that's very important to them, and it's going to crater a season. It happens every year.
I just hope Cleveland can overcome that 0-1 start to the regular season.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
up at the dog pound.
Yeah.
The Cowboys ever experienced anything like that?
Of course they have. They're the Dallas Cowboys.
The dog pound.
Yeah, they're not going there in December.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, they'll be just fine. They'll be just fine. So will Robert Griffin III. He's going to be just fine. Although RG3 got fired today by ESPN. We'll give you the details coming up as the Blitz continues live here at El Guacamole on Blanco Road outside of Loop 1604. We got free margaritas for you between now and 6 o'clock. So come see us here at El Guacamole.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about Stevens Roofing, though. I'm always proud to do that. I've been talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now. And why not? They're a family-owned company. They're a local company. And you know as well as I do, your home, that roof, it's the most important part of your home. It protects your home. It protects your family. So you need a reliable roofer you can trust. That is Stevens Roofing. And whether it's a commercial project or a residential project, doesn't matter. Stevens Roofing can handle it. Metal roof on your house, you want that? They can do that as well. They're licensed by the city of San Antonio, and estimates, they're always free when you give them a call at 210-785-0994. And you, like me, like everybody else, is looking to save money these days. So if you've been thinking about going solar, Stevens Roofing has you covered there as well. You know, solar panels are increasingly affordable. With them, you can save on your monthly utility bills. Plus, solar will often increase the value of your home. There are even options to keep the lights on when the grid goes down. Stevens has a team of certified experts who will deliver solar solutions tailored to your specific needs. So for roofing or for solar, call the local company that's been trusted for decades. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. Stevens Roofing has your family covered. Give them a call, 210-785-0994.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2706. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2706. That's 800-575-2706. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Why wait for the weekend? Twin Peaks is serving scratch food and pouring quality cocktails every day after dark. Visit a Twin Peaks near you and experience the best late night in the league. Today, tomorrow, or any day of the week. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
It's one thing falling in love with a house, picturing yourself moving in and calling it home, and quite another navigating the world of price negotiating, mortgage lenders, and finding the budget that works best for you. An agent who's a Realtor can make understanding that world easier. Realtors have the expertise, access to proprietary data, and tools to help you get from imagining living somewhere to actually doing it. That's the kind of help we can provide. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowes.com /lowest price guarantee.
San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the NBA has released the regular season schedule. The Spurs are going to open up the season on the road against the Mavericks October 24th. It will be nationally televised on TNT. Home opener for the Spurs October 28th when they'll take on the Houston Rockets. Mike McCarthy said today the injury to linebacker DeMarvion Overshown does not appear to be too serious. You might recall Overshown left practice yesterday with a hip issue.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live on this Thursday afternoon at El Guacamole, Mexican restaurant and bar. Their bar is now open. They've been remodeling the bar. That's why we're here today, because, you know, Timberwood Park area needs a bar.
Absolutely, it needs a bar. Every neighborhood needs a bar, and a good one. And this is a good one. It's very nice.
Yep.
They've done a great job with the bar there, and it looks like the margaritas are good.
And they're free right now.
And we got a few people enjoying a free margarita. So all you have to do is get here. Just get here. It's just down, a couple of miles outside of 1604?
On Blanco Road.
On Blanco Road.
Yeah. We're easy to find.
Easy to find. You got some great servers over there just waiting to take care of you. A nice bartender behind the bar waiting to take care of you.
Yeah. And grumpy-ass Greg Shelton ready to scowl at you.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's doing over there.
I'm impressed, though, because, it's Greg. If you're watching on YouTube, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, our backdrop looks more like a shower curtain that isn't fully, because Greg set it up and then his food came. And,
yes.
And he was able to eat that entire plate of food, and nothing made it onto his white shirt.
Nothing.
I mean, that's the scary part about those white shirts. If you wear a shirt like that, you're going to spill something on it, especially if your name is Greg Shelton. And the fact that he is not wearing half of his lunch is impressive.
It is impressive. The only thing that makes me a little nervous, I got to be honest with you.
Nervous?
Where we're sitting at a table here, looking out at the great folks here at El Guacamole.
Yep.
Sheldon's behind me.
Yeah.
I can't tell what the hell he's doing.
What do you mean you can't tell?
I got to turn like this to see what he's doing, but it makes me nervous that I can't see
what he's going to knife you from behind?
It's Greg Shelton.
Slap you in the back of your head?
It's Greg Shelton.
Make obscene gestures? Tilt your camera just enough so he's on camera for the rest of the show.
Yeah, maybe I should.
So that way you can keep him. There you go.
See, I don't know. I don't know.
If, big sexy man sitting back there.
Yeah, let's see here.
Yeah, you can't.
Look at that.
You can. Oh man, look at our views just continue to drop. I mean, our views are just dropping left and right.
There is the man, the myth, the legend.
Turn that away.
Yeah,
he just needs proof of life so he can get paid. And we'll see if he actually ever fixes the backdrop.
Nah, it looks great.
It really doesn't.
Well, It doesn't, but
but the effort is there.
The effort, yeah, I'm not sure that was the effort was there, but it is what it is.
But his shirt is still clean.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
I have no idea.
At least he has a job. Let's talk about some big-time firings today on the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
This is the part of the business that I hate. Love everything about working in media until there are layoffs for budget reasons, because a lot of really talented people lose their gig because some suits just going through everything on a spreadsheet. And a local friend of ours just saw it on Twitter. He's been let go. He's now a free agent. And when you work in the public, when you lose your job, it's news. I mean, every company goes through budget cuts, and it sucks for you. And you post on Facebook that you're a free agent. Those are the only people that know. And then, of course, the people that take shots that they were fans or not fans or whatnot. Well, today we get word that RG3 and Sam Ponder have been let go by ESPN.
Yeah, and that's too bad for Robert Griffin. He's been in the news quite a bit here lately with his big croissant eating exhibition that he did in Paris.
The croissant had nothing to do with.
Well, that had nothing to do with it. But then there's rumor going around now, and I'm just saying I don't know, but this is a conspiracy theory, if you will. He had a slight shot at Paul Feinbaum on Twitter, because Feinbaum's been criticizing Florida State and making fun of them, for missing the playoffs last year and all this and whatever. And Robert Griffin said, "Hey, if you're criticizing these guys, you're out of touch."
Well, both of them, and I have no idea. I'm just speculating, but I know here recently, at the ESPN national level, there's been very much a stick to sports. There for a while it was do what you want, and then they realized that's bad for business, so it's kind of stick to sports. Robert Griffin and Sam Ponder don't, and they are the two that have lost their jobs. And look, it's that time of year where you're seeing a lot of big companies, the end of the fiscal year, where decisions like that are being made. And what's nuts is, according to all the reports, RG3 has 2 years left on his contract. He's going to get paid for the next 2 years. He's just not going to work. But to have two football types get let go this close to football season is a bit of a surprise. And even RG3 may have been surprised because of how he responded today on Twitter.
How the hell you going to get fired on your day off?
That's all he tweeted out. That's all he tweeted out was that gift from the movie Friday. He's off work. Probably got an email or probably couldn't access his email. I'm sure he got a phone call.
I'm sure somebody called him. But I don't feel bad for him. Like you said, he's got 2 years left on his contract. He was making seven figures, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what Sam Ponder was making, but I doubt she was making that much money.
She's doing well.
I'm sure she's doing just fine, and she'll probably hook on somewhere. So as will RG3. So they'll be okay.
Yeah, but you look at it, wasn't that long ago, the former Copper Skull Bulldog Heisman Trophy winner was kind of the rising star and looked like he could eventually become one of the faces of ESPN. Now you don't get to come to the Christmas party.
Jason, as well as I do, one day you're the hero, the next day you're the GOAT, and I don't mean the greatest of all time.
Yep.
I mean the real GOAT.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's what happens.
Now, speaking of the GOAT, Tom Brady, who's about to break the bank in broadcasting, and I don't know why he does this.
Because he's Tom Brady.
He said he occasionally still talks about coming out of retirement.
And you know what? Every NFL team that needs a quarterback hears that, and they're going, please, come back, Tom Brady. 7 years old. But he keeps himself in great shape. I don't know why he would want to leave the Cush press box, especially before he's even started. Maybe he just doesn't like it as much as he thought he would. Who knows? But I believe that this is a guy that could come back and be good.
Well, but he would have to have the right team around him. Like, you look at, if you're Minnesota, were you on the phone with Tom Brady? You sure you want to be TV guy? But you look at that roster and say, man, I'd love to throw to Justin Jefferson, but the rest of this team, I don't know. And you wonder with Tom Brady, who clearly pressure does not bother this guy.
No.
But the pressure that he is going to face and the scrutiny that he is going to face as a broadcaster is going to be different than anything he experienced as a quarterback. And the shots that people will take when he screws things up, because what he is going to do is not an easy job. Everybody thinks it's easy until you actually have to do it. Jason Witten thought it was going to be easy. Booger McFarland thought it was going to be easy. And big names immediately given incredible high-profile positions without really proving that they can do it, just based on their name. And, yeah, man, he's really good in press conferences. And it didn't work. I think Tom Brady ultimately will be fine, but it's a challenge that he's got to live up to, especially for the amount of money that he is getting from Fox to be able to do that.
I don't think Tom Brady's going to have any issue at all. I think this guy's personality, people are going to get to know him in that sense. And I think his knowledge of the game is going to be such that you're going to enjoy that. I can't wait to watch that Cowboys game opening day with Tom Brady being the color analyst there. It's going to be a lot of fun. The guys you mentioned, a guy like Jason Witten, you wonder. And I love Jason Witten, by the way. But I never thought of him as a broadcaster. I never did. I think Jason Witten is in the perfect spot for him now as a coach. I think that dude is going to be back in the NFL one day very soon as a coach.
You know, he might be, and he's coaching now, but he's got a kid who is a highly recruited player on his team. He won a state championship last year. Jason Witten did as a head coach. I could see him coaching there, but, honestly, I'm not surprised Witt went the broadcast route. I mean, most of the time you think about quarterbacks going that route, but I know one year we were up there in Dallas and, he's really good friends with Dat Wynn, and we were at dinner and all he was asking Dat was about the transition to broadcasting, but I think he bit off way more than he could chew going to Monday Night Football right off the football field. He didn't take a different route to get there. Honestly, I thought Witten would come off the football field and be like Greg Olsen, because he is such a personable guy, understands the game, but to be able to communicate that on television and the amount of time that you have as the game is going on is an art form.
It definitely is. But you see both of those guys, and the personalities are completely different.
Yeah.
So, it takes a guy like that. And Greg Olsen, if I'm, I don't know, CBS or NBC even, I'm trying to figure out a way to pry him out and get him away from Fox because of what they're doing with Tom Brady. And look, it's understandable, but Greg Olsen was solid.
He's one of the best out there.
He's absolutely one of the best. And so it's unfortunate, but even he has to realize, I guess, or you come to the realization that, well, it's Tom
Brady.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the way it goes. And you look at some of these other guys who, George Kittle is funny as hell. I don't know if you saw yesterday, George Kittle making fun of all the reporters.
No, I did not.
Pledge, did you pull that audio or no? We'll find it and play it for you coming up because it's pretty damn funny. We'll talk about it.
The guy is funny.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. Do you like, what do you think of Katy Perry?
I'm a fan of Katy Perry. I've seen her in concert once. She rolled through San Antonio.
So I don't care about that.
Oh.
Are you a fan of Katy Perry?
A fan? She's not necessarily on my playlist.
Well, I'm just saying that, and I think you understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, sure. Yes.
I think she's an attractive woman.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, apparently she's causing a big stir because she was doing photo shoot in a bikini, which looked pretty good, by the way, but she was doing it in the sand dunes.
Uh-huh.
And some people get upset by that because it's that ecological thing.
So they're protected sand dunes, and she went out there and did a photo shoot.
And I'm wondering,
did she get
why?
permission?
Well, apparently not. She's Katy Perry.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, you do a big photo shoot like that. Somebody gets permission, make sure it's blocked off, and you go out there and you do your photo shoot.
I don't think they got permission.
I think it's Katy Perry. She's going to be just fine.
They got some good shots, though. I noticed that. They got some good shots.
You know, like most
Some
articles,
usable-
you didn't read the article. You just looked at the pictures, and that's understandable.
That's exactly the books
Yes.
that I buy,
Yes.
full of pictures.
There's no reason for her to be in trouble for those. The end result was worth it for Joe.
Well, of course. The
Yeah.
shots came out great.
Were they good?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you haven't seen them.
Yeah.
You've seen them.
Of course.
Yes.
Show research. Work.
It is.
Work.
It's tough.
So George Kittle yesterday, and I feel personally attacked because I don't have a strong shoe game. You don't have a strong shoe game. He probably would have pointed out Rob Thompson, who has a great shoe game and wears different shoes every day. But, you know, when we're over watching practice, we wonder if those players know we're there. I think George Kittle proved yesterday those players are paying attention to us media types.
We begin. So you guys are out there at every practice. You guys watch us all the time, but there's a special teams period where I catch some footballs and I like to observe you guys. And you guys really need to up your sneaker game. It's absolutely atrocious. I got some Vomeros. Those are fire. And Grant wears Vans every single day. New Balances. They look like Vans. Yeah, those are Vans. It's okay. But you wear those every day, so I need you to switch those up. But I observe all your guys' shoes, and I am disappointed in you guys as a community. So if we could up those, please. It's year 8, guys. Let's figure this out together. Okay, now it's all you guys.
That's how he started his media availability yesterday, was making fun of all the reporter shoes.
Well, here's the deal. Those reporters aren't quite making as much money as George Kittle is.
Yeah.
See, George Kittle could wear new shoes, I don't know, twice, 2 or 3 times a day, and it wouldn't affect him.
Do you wear the same? I wear the same shoes every day until they fall off, and then I go get a new one until I wear them out.
It's exactly what I do. I've got some other pair that I'll throw on occasionally, but typically, yeah, I get a pair of shoes, I wear them till they wear out, and go get another one. I'm a real tightwad when it comes to some things. Obviously, you know me very well. I'll spend money with the best of them.
Yeah.
But
not on shoes.
There are certain things that I draw the line at. Shoes is one of them.
Yeah.
So I would have told George Kittle, peace out.
The fact that he's making fun of everybody's shoes.
Yeah, I mean, what?
I mean, you know, George Kittle, you could do that, but why didn't you walk in your deal with Nike? I saw you on that receiver series. You get all these Jordans just sent to you by Nike. Why didn't you hook up every media member with a new pair of shoes?
Yeah, that would have been really nice.
Yes.
I bet he'd have gotten some great coverage.
He would have gotten some great coverage there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. The Spurs schedule is out. Let's dive into the San Antonio. What the hell is that? The Spurs schedule. Dude just walked in here with the Miami Dolphins championship belt.
Boy, how old is that thing?
Well, I mean,
that thing's old.
He's been waiting for years to put a date on that bag. Let's talk about. We're not going to talk about that. Let's get that guy a free margarita. Clearly, he needs to drink. It's the Blitz live at El Guacamole on Blanco Road here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Timmy, everybody. Great job. Next up for our 5th grade class recital, we have Samantha.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge Motor Oil gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge, better oil for maximum performance. Now through December 28th, Castrol Edge and Edge High Mileage Motor Oil are on rollback at Walmart.
Claim based on sequence 9 test under high-load conditions versus API SP test limits.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circasports.com for details.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back. The 2024 Hunters Extravaganza. August 16th through the 18th at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. Fun for the whole family. Check out our hunting seminars, the latest in hunting equipment, last season's best bucks in our annual deer contest, and for the little hunters, games, live alligators, snakes, and more. August 16th through the 18th at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. For details and tickets, go to huntersextravaganza.com.
Testosterone plays a significant role in regulating fat metabolism and distribution in the body. It also helps to reduce serious health risks down the line. I'm Manny with Rock's Discount Vitamins, and we carry the highest quality natural testosterone boosters on the market. It immediately provides you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improves your mood. With 11 San Antonio area locations, find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for all the support.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, along with Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix, live at an El Guacamole Mexican restaurant and bar on Blanco and 1604, outside the loop on Blanco Road, a couple miles down, celebrating the grand opening of their new bar, which if you're out by Timberwood Park, you know you need a good bar in this neighborhood, and they have created one along with great Mexican food. I know I come here a lot on the weekends for breakfast because their breakfast is fantastic. We had lunch here today, which is great. And we got free margaritas today.
Yes.
Between now and 6 o'clock. And free margaritas bring out a lot of people, including the biggest Miami Dolphin fan that we know. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see this. If not, go to the YouTube page, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Now, this dude walks in. He's got on a Dolphins hat, an orange T-shirt, talking about shoe game. He's got on some dolphin-colored ponies. And he's wearing a championship belt, a Miami Dolphins championship belt. Now, when you look at this thing is ridiculous. He said, of course, anybody can buy one because, it's just a belt. You can't call this a championship belt because the Dolphins don't win championships.
You already ordered your Cowboys, didn't you?
Well, you could, but Fanatics isn't going to get my money for that. Although I have seen Cowboy fans with these. And, if you go back into the 90s, Cowboys do have 5 championships. This thing is awesome, and it's a lot heavier.
It really is awesome. I do like it, yeah.
I won't damage it, but, not my team. But it is cool, and what's crazy is the number of people that want to take a picture with
several people,
some other dudes' non-championship belt.
Well, a lot of people walked up, wanted to take a picture of it, and I love the way you walked in with like a wrestler.
Oh, yeah,
right?
you got it over your
across
shoulder.
the shoulder like that, like you're, Hulk Hogan or somebody, right, over there.
Although I'm telling you, if you have a bad back, wear this backwards. This is a back brace. I mean, It looks like if you're working at Home Depot and you got the orange shirt on, you could use this as your back brace instead of that thing that they make you wear at Home Depot.
That is pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I do like that, man. Well, all kidding aside, that is really cool, and glad you brought it in.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
It's wrong team.
And so we rewarded him with a free margarita.
Yes, we did.
And we can reward you with one of those as well.
Uh-huh.
All you got to do is get here.
Absolutely. So he thought he was just being, we're being nice. They let us buy you a drink since you brought show and tell to the office today.
Yeah, that's on Minix's tab, by the way. So drink up.
Yeah. If it's free, it's for me. Now this lady wants a picture of his shoes.
Wow. Yeah.
Dude, I know you're married, but get her number. Next thing you know, you're going to – never mind. I'm not going to talk about your Dolphins underwear.
Whoa. How do you know about that?
Oh, that's sell everything. Have you not seen those?
No, I have not. Wow.
So the NBA schedule is out.
It sure is. Damn.
You look at the NBA schedule and everybody does things a little bit differently. All right, when's the opener? When's the home opener? San Antonio, you look at the rodeo road trip. A rodeo road trip is 8 games, but it's really only 6 for San Antonio because 2 games as a part of the rodeo road trip are up there in Austin in February.
Which makes sense after the All-Star break. It makes a lot of sense. And you got upset because one of those games is against Phoenix.
Yep.
And Kevin Durant. The other one's against Detroit. So I think it's a pretty good trade-off. Well, one team, you'd want to see. The other team, who gives a damn?
But, when I think about what they told us was the reasons behind the Spurs wanting to play games in Austin is to grow the Spurs fan base in Austin. And I get it. I don't necessarily like it, but I get it. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I'm not going to bitch about it. But then when one of those games features Kevin Durant, a Longhorn legend, are you growing your fan base, or is there going to be a lot of Longhorn/Suns fans showing up to see Kevin Durant? When you're there trying to be the centerpiece and the attraction in Austin for a neutral site game, and then you bring in a guy that's a bigger star than what you have, doesn't that defeat the purpose of, hey, we're coming here to draw? People aren't going to say, let's go watch the Spurs game. They're going to say, let's go watch Kevin Durant.
No,
yes, they are.
You got Victor Wembanyama. And again, if you're under 30, maybe 20, you don't know who the hell Kevin Durant is.
Dude, you're crazy.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you think that people growing up that are freshmen or sophomores or juniors on UT's campus right now, they don't know who Kevin Durant is and that he's a Longhorn legend?
No. I guarantee
Do they not know who TJ Ford is? Do they not? I mean, yes.
I doubt they know who TJ Ford is.
Dude, you're
now look, we do because we're sports geeks and that's what we do.
Yeah.
But if you're a kid on the campus of the University of Texas, and you're not a sports fan, you don't know who the hell Kevin Durant is, or T.J. Ford, or Peter Gardere. Who else did you?
I could understand.
Who else did you throw out? Do they know who Ricky Williams is?
Williams, they're going to know him. They're going to know Earl Campbell. Just like if you go to A&M right now, they're going to know a Dat Wynn. They're going to know a Von Miller. They're going to know a Johnny Manziel.
Well, Johnny Manziel, they are, because the dude's a legend.
And Kevin Durant's not?
Well, I'm just saying he's.
Wait.
No. Hold on. Johnny Manziel's a legend in a lot of other ways besides a quarterback of a football team.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Kevin Durant played in the Austin for 5 minutes.
Okay.
So it's completely different.
I mean, you're right. He was there for half a semester. Who knows if he actually ever went to class there? But he did.
Of course he didn't. Why would he?
He did wear that uniform.
He did. I just don't think so. I guarantee if you went up there, a little man on the street interview, hey, give me a famous basketball player that played for the University of Texas.
All right.
You think Kevin Durant would come be first on that list?
First, maybe. I mean, yes, he's Kevin Durant.
I get it.
I think you're underselling or understanding how great he was in Austin.
These
and
damn kids today, they don't give a damn.
I don't think you're qualified to talk about this. Maybe I'm not either. But why don't you text your buddy Bob Ballou, who works at KI in Austin, and ask him, do people in Austin know who the hell Kevin Durant is?
I will.
I'd be willing to bet that tonight on Bob Ballou's broadcast, his lead is Kevin Durant is going to come play a game at the Moody Center, and that's how they're going to sell it.
You think kids are watching Bob Ballou?
Well, their parents are.
Yes.
So they might be forced to, but yes.
And their parents.
And look, nobody's watching the TV news anymore. That's why you don't do it. But they will see that article or his broadcast on Twitter, maybe even share it on the TikTok. I mean, yes, it will be seen in Austin. So ask Bob Ballou how he's going to write his lead tonight for KI's Sports in Austin. And it's going to be not the Spurs are coming back. It's Kevin Durant is coming to the Moody Center.
You kids get out there and go see this old dude play basketball. It's a shame when we're calling a 35-year-old guy old.
Well, I mean,
right?
It's a shame that you think that the kids today are just completely oblivious to legends.
Well, yeah, they are. Now there are some. You know what? I forgot to tell you this, and it was good. Tuesday night after the show, Maggie had something, so I went across the street over there to Willie's, a little place that
everybody knows about Willie's.
So I'm just sitting at the bar having a beer and a burger and minding my own business. And a group of I don't think they were in high school, maybe high school, I don't know.
All right.
They were young.
Yeah, well, at your age, they all look young.
Well,
you can't tell the difference.
Exactly. Yeah. But this guy was. Even you would agree.
Was he drinking a beer?
No, he just walked in. He had just come in.
All right.
And with a group, probably about 12 of them.
All right.
So the one guy's got a hat on, nice kid, comes up and said, man, I love listening to you guys on the Blitz.
Oh, nice.
And that's what I said. I'm like, now, here's an intelligent dude. Here's an intelligent young man, and because he listens to our show.
Well, that makes him smart, and he's young.
But none of the other people in his group knew me from Adam.
Well, I mean.
And so when I said goodbye, I said, dude, tell all your friends to start listening too.
Yes.
And not just them, but everybody.
Yeah.
But I was very... It was very refreshing to see that.
See young people.
So I appreciated that.
So what I'm really hearing is you were excited that a young kid listens to the show.
Yes.
Which, since we've moved to 94.1, we have gotten younger. But in reality,
we've got more reach.
It was a young dude that said hi to you, not a woman over 60 that asked you about the weather or said, I saw you on the news last night.
I actually was sitting, there was a lady that had to have been 60 or above.
That's your wheelhouse.
Sitting a little, and she wanted to talk quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I still got it, baby. I still got it.
And make that barometer rise. How's the weather?
I don't know about that, but yeah.
How's the weather?
I was impressed, though. So if you're listening and you know who you are, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Because Joe can't remember your name.
Well, I don't think he ever told me his name,
okay.
Quite honestly.
He couldn't remember it anyway.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But yes.
You know how it goes.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to text Bob Ballou because I'm going to win this one. And did you text him?
I've started it, but
you can't multitask.
We're in the middle of a little show here.
Yeah, I'm with you. Multitask.
Yes.
Deion Sanders made some comments about Jerry Jones.
And
that has started the speculation, could he be next as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys after Mike McCarthy doesn't get renewed next year? We'll talk about that coming up here on the Blitz, live at El Guacamole, Blanco and 1604. Free margaritas until 6 o'clock. Come by and see us here on Blanco, outside 1604, a couple miles down on the right-hand side. Come see us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, we have NFL football. We'll look back at the games and look forward to a full slate.
And we'll take a look at the Big Ten, the new additions, who's going to struggle, who's going to succeed. We'll talk about it. All starts at 6 right here on the Morning Huddle.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
After a total renovation of their greens, Olympia Hills invites you to their grand relaunch event the weekend of September 13th. Olympia Hills has renovated all 18 greens to enhance your golfing experience. Come and enjoy the dramatic elevation changes and a layout that's been strategically designed for your enjoyment. Follow on social media for updates and witness the transformation of your favorite course. Discover premier golfing in Bexar County with the grand relaunch the weekend of September 13th. Book your tee time now at OlympiaHillsGolf.com.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Look no further than I-10 Ice House, your neighborhood sports headquarters with over a decade of excellence. Catch every thrilling moment on massive 10-foot screens, whether it's the big game or that must-see pay-per-view event. And don't miss out on their daily happy hour specials. The best seats are at I-10 Ice House on 9518 Console Drive, proudly serving our community for over 10 years. I-10 Ice House, 9518 Console Drive off Worsbach and 10.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, "Bring it on. Been there. Done that. We've got your back," without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at weatherguard.com.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
Attention Roadrunner fans, get ready for an electrifying season of UTSA football. Season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $90. That's right, for only $90 you can catch all the action, all the touchdowns, and all the excitement at the Alamo Dome. Bring your family, bring your friends, and join the fun as we cheer on our UTSA Roadrunners to victory. Don't miss out on the best deal in town. Get your season tickets today and be a part of the Roadrunner family. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your seats now. UTSA football, it's more than a game, it's an experience. Go Runners!
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
Your neighbors at El Guacamole Mexican Grill on 25020 Blanco Road are ready to serve you breakfast or lunch fresh, made to order Mexican dishes or cold drinks on tap. Order today or visit El Guacamole Mexican Grill on 25020 Blanco Road.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio sports star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Thursday afternoon. If you are listening, appreciate that. Watching on YouTube, the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, appreciate that. But come have a free margarita with us at El Guacamole, 1604 on Blanco Road, outside the loop, right by the entrance to Timberwood Park. Got a guy, Travis just walked in. You know, he lives in Timberwood. He said, I damn near wrecked my truck when I heard where you were trying to get here.
Nice.
Don't wreck your truck.
No, don't do that.
But get here and get a margarita. Now, I also see on YouTube, Bill Simmons says, new listener watcher, just came by for a quick marg. Lots of choices out there, but your show is at the top of my list. Well done, gentlemen. Very entertaining.
We appreciate that,
well,
Bill.
Bill, you got to say hello, too, at some point.
Absolutely. You should have come by, said hello.
Or he could still be sitting in here.
Is he hiding somewhere?
Quiet and shy.
Yeah, maybe.
Lots of comments on the YouTube about Kevin Durant and the legend status. Now, Ramon Martinez said, Longhorn legend, I've taken longer dumps on the UT campus than he spent. You might need to see a doctor about that. But yes. I get what you're saying. But in reality, he was there for a very short amount of time. But he is Longhorn legend status. Reinagel texted Bob Ballou, main sports anchor at KI Television in Austin, with the question, do the kids today on that campus know who Kevin Durant is?
And Bob's response was, oh, man, that's a good question. If they know basketball at all, they know him. If not, maybe not. I'm sure you could find a good mix of both. And I can see that, I suppose, depending on how big of a sports fan you are. And I think that makes a difference. But so Durant's 35. He played at, 15 years ago?
Yeah, probably.
University of Texas. So some of those kids were like 2.
Well, I mean, math is hard for you, and we understand that, which is why you couldn't get into that school. But
I didn't want to get in.
Yeah, sure. Everybody in San Marcos goes and parties in Austin a couple of times trying to hook up with a UT chick. We understand how it
Only
works.
Because at that time, every bar in San Marcos shut down at midnight.
Only because.
So you could get to Austin about 30 minutes and party till 2.
Dude, you tried to. Yeah, I get it. It's there. Whatever. But I do think a lot of them would at least know the name. Whether they knew what he did, they'd be familiar with the name Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And the connection to UT. That game is going to be billed as Kevin Durant's coming home, not the Spurs are coming to town. In fact, one comment on YouTube says they're already billing it in Austin as Kevin Durant's homecoming.
Well, I'm assuming that, that's got to be on radio somewhere in Austin, I would think.
Sure.
Right? Because the TV types have not done their thing just yet. I don't think. I mean, you never know these days. But
and it's possible that they've known what's happening. I mean, you know how they do this. We're going to release it this time, but your marketing is done ahead of time. So they might have some digital ads, some radio ads, some TV commercials that were ready to go at 2:00 this afternoon promoting Kevin Durant coming to this game. I mean, no different than in the radio business when you hear, hey, we got a big concert announcement on Friday at 10, and at 10:00 you hear a fully produced commercial. We didn't do that at 9:59. Right. So, they probably did the same thing in Austin because Kevin Durant's coming to town. They're not promoting it as the Spurs are coming to Austin.
Well, there's a bunch of old folks in Austin. I mean,
sure.
People that know who Kevin Durant is.
Yes.
But the kids on campus don't, and I contend that. They don't know who the hell he is.
Okay.
So that place, look, the Moody Center is going to be full.
It is.
There's no doubt. And a lot of people are going to want to see Kevin Durant. A lot of people that still live in Austin that maybe went to UT at the time that he did. And so, sure, they're going to want to know. But I'm just saying that the younger people on campus are not going to get – they're going to – the Spurs and the Suns, yay, woo, Wimby, let's go. They don't know who the hell Kevin Durant is.
Do you think young Cowboy fans know that Deion Sanders played for the Cowboys?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Then they weren't raised right by their parents.
Well, that's possible.
They've never seen you. They just think Deion Sanders is a coach.
Yes.
They don't know him as anything else.
I would doubt it. Look, I mean, if you grew up like we did, I mean, I loved watching Deion Sanders play football. Guy was great, and it didn't matter whether he was in a Cowboy uniform or a San Francisco 49er uniform, either way.
Or Atlanta.
Well, I forget about those days.
Dude, Atlanta, man. They play in a football game and a baseball playoff game in the same day.
I know it. I know
I mean, incredible athlete. How he is as a coach, yeah. He had a rough press conference the other day on the Colorado Buffaloes media day.
He did.
And that hasn't slowed him down from talking with the media. Yesterday, he had some comments about Jerry Jones, and that is speculated that could he be eyeing the Cowboys head coaching job should Mike McCarthy not be retained. This is prime time on Jerry Jones.
I love him. First of all, Jerry's my man. I love Jerry Jones. I think he's one of the greatest owners that would ever live. And a lot of people talk foolishness about Jerry. Have you ever heard one of the players say something crazy about Jerry? Not one. Because of how wonderful of a person, a man, an owner, a friend that he has been, and the things that he's done outside of football for a multitude of us speaks volumes. So I'm praying that they win. They have the offense, the defense, the coordinators, they have the personnel, especially when they get CD back in camp. Mm-hmm. But I'm just praying for them, man, because I think they have everything to really win that division.
There's no debate there, but I love what he said because all the fans blame Jerry Jones for every problem the Cowboys have had since he took over that team. And they don't give him no credit for the championship years, none of that stuff. But what he said about ask the players what they think of Jerry Jones, and there's not one that badmouths that man, and I think that speaks volumes.
And that does include a guy like Emmitt Smith who had a holdout contract situation, put him over the barrel, got his money, but it was contentious. Emmitt doesn't talk bad about Jerry Jones. He'll talk bad about the Cowboys and what they're doing and how they're running things, but he doesn't say a negative word about Jerry. Des Bryant, who had his issues, doesn't say anything bad about Jerry Jones as a person because Jerry has that connection and that relationship with just about all of his former players. And you're right, none of them say anything bad about him. I don't know if it's because they don't dare to, or because they know sincerely the kind of person that he is and the way he tries to run it. Now, we can all say different things about how he's running the Cowboys, and are they doing things the right way or the wrong way, or why in the hell do they do it this way when everybody else does it differently? But hearing Deion say that, he's right. But a lot of people, including Mike Greenberg this morning on Get Up and on his radio show, is that Deion angling for the Cowboys head coaching job, which isn't a new theory, a balloon that's been floated before. Could he orchestrate Shador becoming the next quarterback of the Cowboys, and he would be their head coach? Because anywhere Shador has played, Deion has been his coach.
As much as that would be a lot of fun, I really don't see that happening. Now, Shador is one thing, but Deion is the head coach. I just think he needs some more experience, man. It's honestly, what he's doing at Colorado is pretty cool. He's put them on the map, and I think a little more coaching experience for primetime would be great. I love the guy, and I think he's a lot of fun, and so I've got nothing bad to say about him. But I just am not sure about that step from where he's at now to the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys or the 49ers or anybody for that matter. And I just don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening for a variety of reasons. And one, Jerry Jones wants coaches with NFL head coaching experience and lots of it. And I don't know that Deion at this point would want to go coordinator route to be able to elevate up to becoming a head coach in the NFL. And then I look at his personality and I look at Jerry's personality and I wonder the working relationship that they would have to have, as great of friends as they might be, how that would actually work out. I just have a hard time wondering if Deion would be able to, or Jerry would be able to handle that. I don't know if Jerry would want a coach that has a bigger spotlight than Jerry.
Well, and that's true. And there have been some coaches that have come through that had that. Jimmy Johnson won, and you saw what that did. Bill Parcells, perhaps another. So, yeah, there is that. I think Deion, he may make it to that level. I think he will, probably. But I just don't think it's now. And I want to see, what happens. Does he move from Colorado, say, to USC or Colorado to an SEC school, and then maybe make the transition into the NFL? I don't know. And I'm not saying he can't do it or he wouldn't be able to do it or be any good at it, but I don't see that happening this quickly, and that's for sure. Did you see John Machota's tweet
about
Dak Prescott? Can I read this? This came at 21 seconds ago. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, with the latest on his contract situation, says, quote, "Good conversations are going on. I will say that. A lot of confidence that something will get done." Worst news you could hear if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Worst news you could hear.
Terrible.
If you're a Cowboy fan.
I love
according
you,
to
Dak.
Clarence Hill, he is encouraged by the conversations. This coming about 48 hours after Stephen Jones said that the goal was to get something done before the start of the regular season, which is the first kind of timestamp deadline given by either Dak Prescott or by the Cowboys. It'll get done when it gets done. So Stephen Jones telling Yahoo Sports the other day and Jory Epstein that the goal was to get it done by the end of the regular season. Good conversations going on between his agent and the Cowboys. He's encouraged. He's confident. And I realize if you're a Cowboy fan, half of you right now are excited about that news and the other half think it's the worst thing ever. And that's the thing. I mean, Dak Prescott has been an incredible regular season quarterback. He hasn't done anything in the playoffs. There's a Miami Dolphin fan sitting here at El Guacamole who during the last commercial break said, "Man, if I could trade Tua for Dak, I'd do that in a heartbeat because he'd be the difference of us winning a Super Bowl." And
he's delusional.
Well,
okay?
He's got Tua.
Has he seen Dak Prescott in the playoffs?
Well, of course he has. We all have, but he's got Tua. And again, that's the thing. There are a lot of fan bases that I think would love to have a Dak Prescott and take their chances than the guy that they have and a guy that Miami just gave $55 million a year to. That is one of the issues. And I don't know, love, hate, it's part of being a Dallas Cowboy fan, but this roster isn't bad. And Jerry says he wants to be hanging around the rim. You do that with Dak Prescott. And again, I thought it'd get done by his birthday. So, but by the end of camp, and I've been saying that all offseason, I don't think he starts the season without a contract. But if he does, he's done as the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, and I think Jerry and Steven realize that.
Well, and I'm sure they do. And I mean, at some point in time, you got to have a plan B. And I've been saying that for a long time. Look, what I'm going to judge this contract on is not money, but the years, the term of it. If it's a short-term contract, and I know Jerry's history is to make it long, but I think in this case it won't be that way. If it's a short-term contract for a bridge so the Cowboys can plan for the future without Dak Prescott, then so be it. And I think that would be a good thing. But if it's another 4 or 5 year contract, I think it's a big mistake, and then the Cowboys get what they deserve.
3 years, 4 years, and what I mean, really, is it extension or a new contract? Like, is this year included in that? Because if it's 3 years with this one included, that's 4 total. And over that time, in the next 2 years, you draft who you think is going to be his replacement, and you get that going. This would be the last contract that he would get as the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, especially at that kind of money. And watch the dominoes fall. Get that Dak deal done, and then CD probably isn't that far behind, I would think. Right?
Sure. I who gets done first is a question. Was Dak just being positive? Who knows? I still don't see why the urgency to get Dak signed. I think it should be CD first. Get him because Dak's there. He's there regardless. Well, you got to get CD Lamb signed.
Well, I mean, but he's there for now. I mean, CD's the one under contract technically for the next 3 years with the franchise tags. Dak has 1 year left. But what we've seen from Dak, think about the press conference that we were at with Dak Prescott when we were in Oxnard a couple of weeks ago. He's talking very openly about, if we don't get it done, I can see myself playing somewhere else. For his mood to change and be a little bit more encouraged, I just don't think he's being positive today, because we saw him be very open and honest when things weren't going seemingly as well.
Conversations are going well. That's what he said. So how well? We'll see when the contract gets done.
Margaritas are flowing well here at El Guacamole Mexican Restaurant, Blanco and 1604, and they're free.
Whoa.
Till 6 o'clock. Come hang out with us. Get a free margarita here at El Guacamole. If you want free tickets to go see the Australian Pink Floyd playing at the Boeing Center at Techport on August 22nd, we got a pair of tickets we'll give away right now in honor of Dak Prescott. We'll give them to caller number 4, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 4, you're going to see the Australian Pink Floyd. It's the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Testosterone plays a significant role in regulating fat metabolism and distribution in the body. It also helps to reduce serious health risks down the line. I'm Manny with Rock's Discount Vitamins, and we carry the highest quality natural testosterone boosters on the market. It immediately provides you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improves your mood. With 11 San Antonio area locations, find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for all the support.
Our liver works hard every day to remove toxins from processed foods and unclean air and water. But too many toxins can overwhelm the liver. Low energy, brain fog, headaches, bloating, and skin irritation are all telltale signs that we need to act. Active Liver from New Nordic is a natural supplement that helps your liver effectively eliminate toxins on a daily basis.
Within a week of taking Active Liver, I was feeling better, and now I have more energy than I've had in years.
You can find Active Liver online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com, or in stores at your local CVS or Meijer grocery.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas, exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the NBA regular season schedule has come out. The Spurs are going to open up the season in Dallas against the Mavericks on October 24th. It will be nationally televised, by the way, on TNT. Their home opener is October 28th against the Houston Rockets. Mike McCarthy said today the injury to linebacker DeMarvion Overshown does not appear to be serious. He left that scrimmage with the Rams yesterday with a hip issue. Doesn't appear to be bad.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On a Thursday afternoon, live at El Guacamole, Mexican restaurant and bar on Blanco and 1604. Couple miles outside 1604 on Blanco, just by the entrance to Timberwood Park.
Yeah, it's amazing how this is growing out here.
Yeah.
It really is, man. It's growing out here like crazy. And but that's just the entire city of San Antonio, basically, right? I mean, so good to see El Guacamole out here. They put in a new bar. It's nice. And a lot of folks up there enjoying the brand new bar.
Well, and that's it. You know, this area needs a good little neighborhood bar, and they're accomplishing that. It's a great Mexican restaurant. And I will say I probably live about 7 miles from here. I'm past several spots on the way here, but they've got a great breakfast on the weekends. Well, they got it all the time, but on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday morning, if we're not just getting breakfast tacos to run, we come here and eat.
Oh, it's good. I mean, the food's fantastic. We had lunch here today.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I had the special. It was like a ranchero steak. Dude, it was great. That's why it's special here at El Guacamole.
They had enchiladas, beef enchiladas, and a taco.
Were those good?
They were fantastic.
All right. I'll have to get that next time.
They weren't on special.
Yeah. No, they weren't.
Greg Shelton had a little bit of everything.
He did?
Yeah.
I don't know what he had over there. He still got tortillas sitting there on his table.
Yeah, that's just an empty case.
Oh, they are empty.
See,
How about
Shelton
that?
is thinking, I'm going to hide this from the server because this would be a good wire holder. He could put cables in there and roll them up.
Yeah, jeez. Is that really what you think he's thinking that? Huh? How many things has he taken from restaurants?
He's got a thing for salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of those.
Okay.
He's a cheap son of a, so he always steals the napkin containers because that's just easy at the house.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. Probably takes the sugar. Just a little bit of everything. Just packs up an entire table and goes.
Well, I get that. And everybody's scared to say anything to him.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Shelton and he's like, "Marr,"
yeah,
when he's really a softie.
I would imagine at his house, his silverware drawer, you could probably identify by the restaurants.
Probably so.
I was talking to a buddy of mine that has a restaurant. You either the amount of forks and knives that get stolen or thrown away must be ridiculous on when he told me what he spends every couple of months on silverware.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The silverware is not cheap, depending on what you get, right?
Well, I mean, look, restaurants typically have little cheap forks that aren't going to last.
Right.
You go to some good restaurants and you get good hearty silverware like you'd have at the house. And you would think that people that work there don't throw them away, And if you've got servers, you're not throwing your own stuff away. But are people really stealing that many utensils? The answer is yes.
You think so?
Yes, they're replaced all the time.
But see, not saying I've never taken anything from a restaurant.
What do you normally steal from a restaurant, sir?
It's not silverware.
All right.
I mean, it depends, right?
Do you take the salt shaker?
No.
Cups?
I've got a great salt shaker at home, and it works well.
See, you take all the sugar.
I really don't take anything. It's like, honestly.
Yeah, well, at one point in your life, well, we've all been there at one point, where either you just empty all the sugar packets and take those. That's what they're there for. I mean, we've all done that. Cups. Remember those big old red Pizza Hut cups back in the day? Yeah. I had a whole collection of those, man. Those things were great.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the statute of limitations?
I
think that's run out?
I would hope. I don't have them anymore. There's no evidence other than me saying that.
Bear County Sheriff's Department's on their way.
Uh-huh.
I guess we're out in the county, aren't we?
Yeah, we are out in the county because you pass the Mr. W fireworks stand on your way out here. So you realize, once you pass the fireworks stand, you realize you're kind of out of the city and into the county.
Yeah, that's a big sign.
Yeah, in fact, when you see the Mr. W on your right, you're one light away from us here at El Guacamole.
Come out and see us. I tell you what, a lot of people have enjoying a margarita, and it's Thursday, man. Start your weekend early.
And I don't know why it's bothering me that one of these Spurs Austin games this year is against the Phoenix Suns, and partly because I think it's going to be built more for Kevin Durant than the Spurs playing in Austin, and the Spurs say they're doing that to grow their fan base. Sports Illustrated just tweeted out, Kevin Durant is set to return to his home college arena for a special NBA game. There's two things wrong with that. One, it's the Spurs game that he's going there. He never played at the Moody Center.
No, he didn't.
I don't even know if he knows where the Moody Center's at. Has Kevin Durant been to the Moody Center for any kind of event?
Now, did they get rid of the Irwin Center?
Yeah, they blew that thing up.
So is that where the Moody Center is?
Well, it's down from where the way it was. I mean, they built the new one before they blew the old one up, so they had a place to play.
Okay. Well, I mean, Sports Illustrated, what do they know?
That's the problem with this game featuring Phoenix is the reason the Spurs are doing that is to grow their fan base, but this is going to be billed as the Kevin Durant game, not the Spurs game.
You know what's going to be the biggest middle finger is that Kevin Durant probably won't play.
Oh, he'll play.
He probably won't play. Oh, I got a big toe issue.
He'll play. They'll probably make him play. That'll be one where he can't get a DNP rest.
Why would they make him play? I mean, the guy he's not immune to injury. That's kind of late in the season.
If he's healthy, it won't be a rest game.
No, that I agree with.
And the Spurs play back-to-back. I mean, that can't be a rest game for Wemby either. Could you imagine if Pop rested some of the stars?
You think Pop gives a damn? He does not.
He understands the assignment.
Pop does not care, dude.
He understands the assignment.
Greg Popovich, we're talking about the same guy?
Yes.
He doesn't give a damn about TV or NBA or anything else?
Yeah, all right. So, like, when they go play in Paris, do you think he's going to give Wemby a rest day? No, he understands the assignment.
Well, then it's not his assignment to understand. It's the Phoenix Suns' assignment. It's Mike Budenholzer's assignment.
Yeah.
To understand.
Yeah.
Greg Popovich could give a damn.
You wonder if Coach Bud is pissed. I mean, he gets a game in San Antonio. He's probably got his favorite restaurant in Alamo Heights that he was hoping to go eat at when he used to live over there. And now that game's in Austin.
I don't know. Bud doesn't look like a guy that gets upset very often.
This is true.
He's kind of a laid back dude.
Yeah.
That's how he dealt with Popovich all those years.
Exactly how he dealt with Popovich all those years. Interesting comments coming out of Oxnard from Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Maybe there's more than one offer currently on the table. We'll explain and talk about the Cowboys additions they made yesterday as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
94.1.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great. Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by for a few weeks.
We should do what my brother did. He went to billshappen.com and got $3,000 the next day.
With our bad credit, I don't think so.
Billshappen.com is different. They are one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope, my brother said it was easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happen's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Great news. I went to billshappen.com, and we will have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome, AutoZone. Starting trouble. No one likes that. We can get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we can take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Thursday afternoon out at El Guacamole on Blanco and 1604. Free margaritas between now and 6 o'clock. But I love when listeners come in and they're not taking advantage of the free margarita. That dude's got a beer in one of those beer mugs that looks ice cold.
Well, it looks great, doesn't it?
And the service here is so great. They keep asking us every break if we want to drink from the bar.
Yes.
And we can't until 6 o'clock.
But keep asking because you never know.
Well, at some point, you're going to get a yes.
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 That will happen.
Yes.
In the not too distant future.
Yeah.
This
1 hour and
great.
44 minutes.
This place is great. I mean, look at that plate.
Fajitas,
yeah,
absolutely.
Steaming off of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Looks fabulous.
So, Dak Prescott talking today.
Speaking of steaming off a plate.
Dak Prescott says talks are ongoing and he's encouraged. Confident. Clarence Hill Jr. from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram tweeted out, Prescott said he is confident and encouraged about getting a deal done with the Cowboys. He jokingly added that he would take one of the deals the Cowboys are offering rather than join the ranks of the media and take our salary for asking questions. And I know that's a joke, but what do you think he means by one of the deals the Cowboys are offering?
Well, I think it's obvious that the Cowboys has sent him a couple of different offers. And obviously he didn't like either one of them.
Well, and again, you either one. I wonder, though, if you think about, and we're all trying to put all the little nuggets that we know together to figure something out. But Stephen Jones always says these are complicated deals, right? And, for all of us, we think, dude, just get it done. You know what the market is, sign the contract. But there are so many different things in those contracts that are negotiated. I wonder if basically the Cowboys have sent multiple, more than one, so could be 2, could be 3, could be 4, with various structures that he could be looking at from a future standpoint, business standpoint. All the money now were deferred. I mean, there's so many different ways when the cash flow is coming. I mean, I know that was something that Steven talked about with us, that, cash flow has become a new buzzword. It used to be APY. Now it's cash flow. I just wonder if Dak working through all of those, trying to figure out which one of the best offers, ultimately they're all the same. I mean, we were sitting here at El Guacamole, and you go through the menu. You got these kind of enchiladas, those kind of enchiladas. Do you want this? Do you want that? With a taco, a tostada, whatever it might be, right? All those things, are there. I wonder if that's just kind of what the holdup right now for Dak is I can't imagine that these offers from a cash standpoint value are overly that different, but structure might be very different.
Well, again, I think it's time on the contract. How many years is it going to be? What's the guaranteed money? And obviously, if this is the case, and Dak, first of all, says he's encouraged by the negotiations, then I still think they're negotiating. So those two offers, whatever they were, if you take Dak at his word, and he's not just joking, there's something in there in both of them that don't live up to what he's looking for. And that's the issue. That's the hard part of this whole thing. And that's why I don't care how optimistic Dak Prescott says he is. There are still little tiny finite things that have to happen and have to go in there to make everybody happy. And again, cash flow is a big thing. Yes. But again, how far are you going to push the money down the line? I mean, do Jerry and Steven actually believe that this team with a Dak Prescott has an opportunity to win the Super Bowl? I'm just not sure that that's the case. Well, do they think that next year is going to be any different, or the next year after that?
I would say this. If they're offering those kind of contracts, the answer is yes.
Yeah, but you don't know what the contracts are.
Well, I mean, I've got a Dak Prescott who seems encouraged, right? And that's what he's saying. A couple of weeks ago, he said he's dealt with the reality that he might not be here next year and that other quarterbacks have changed teams throughout their careers. So I'm guessing that they're in the right neighborhood right now. They just have to lock it down. But, to answer your first question, yes, the Cowboys, while they all tell us that they believe he is the guy, if they've actually offered him contracts that he's encouraged by, then yes, they must believe what they have told us, and they think Dak Prescott can be that guy to go win a Super Bowl.
Is it that, or is it a PR thing? Because I say that in all sincerity. If you're Jerry Jones, as much crap as he is getting right now by not signing Dak, by not signing CD Lamb, even Micah Parsons at this point in time, does Jerry eventually just say, the hell with it? We'll get the guy signed. We'll show the fans again that Dak just can't get it done, and we'll move on. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure at this point in time. I mean, I think you almost have to be delusional unless things line up for you perfectly, as they did last year and they couldn't get it done. But again, lining up perfectly, this team doesn't have what it takes to win a Super Bowl. They just don't, as you look at this team as constructed on paper, but yet you're going to give your quarterback $200 million guaranteed, or whatever the case is, or $60 million a year. It just seems like insanity to me.
Well, and again, as this seems to get closer and closer to getting done, people like you that just don't see it, the anger in your voice, the idea that it's reality when you thought it wouldn't get done,
I'm still not sure that it will get done.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Steven said the other day, goal by the end of and again, you hear that, then you hear Dak today, and you figure they must be pretty close because it's all seemingly very positive, where it wasn't necessarily positive. I don't want to say it was ever negative, but kind of neutral. We'll see. We're talking. Dak's tone versus what it was 2 weeks ago seems completely different today. And multiple offers, if you go with that tweet from Clarence Hill, if that's exactly how he said it, those multiple offers, I'm not thinking that it's a difference in money at that point. I think it's a difference in structure because, why would the Cowboys have two offers that have different amounts of money? Because you would take the most expensive one. So yeah, are they at the point now where Steven talks about the difficult part of it, and that's always the structure. And how does that fit now with CDs and what they've got earmarked for Micah and other people, and how it affects the cap? I don't know. It almost feels closer today than it has in quite some time.
It just seems to me that Dak fans just want him to be signed no matter what the team does after that signing takes place. It just seems to me that's I hear you, I hear others that just get Dak signed because he gives us the best opportunity to win 12 games in the regular season.
Yep.
After that, the hell with him. And so I just feel like Cowboy fans, some of them are just in that, just get Dak signed because, well, we don't want to start over. We don't want Quincy Carter again. We don't want this. And it's just, to me, is insanity. And there's no, look, if they get Dak signed, they get Dak signed. They deserve what they get.
Yep.
You want to pay him $60 million a year, pay him $60 million a year. It's not my money. And then we'll see what happens after that. But I have no reason to believe that signing Dak and making him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL is going to get Dallas any closer to winning a Super Bowl than they are today.
Well, and that might be true. And you know, if you're going to quote Cowboy fans, at least quote them accurately. Nobody is happy with 12 regular season wins and no playoff success. And as I've said a million times, if you could replace Dak with somebody better, do it. But they haven't planned at all for life after Dak Prescott. I am not married to Dak Prescott by any stretch, even though you always couch it that way, nor am I the biggest fan, although I am a Dak defender. I think he is a far better quarterback than what a lot of people give him credit for, but he hasn't gotten it done in the postseason. If the Cowboys would have drafted a quarterback 2 years ago or 3 years ago, he wouldn't be the quarterback right now if they got the right guy, similar to what Green Bay did, which for the last couple of years is what you've heard me say I wish the Cowboys would do. They pissed off Aaron Rodgers by taking a quarterback in the first round because they knew at some point they were going to have to move on from Aaron Rodgers. And, you know, whether it was just a natural ending to his career or shipping him to the New York Jets, which is what they did, they drafted their guy, and when they felt he was ready to go, they parted ways with Aaron Rodgers. That was the right plan to do. That was a great plan by the Green Bay Packers. The Cowboys have not planned for life after Dak Prescott, which is part of the reason why they're in the situation they are right now.
Well, I mean, you say that they haven't planned. They spent a fourth-round draft pick on Trey Lance. And whether you like him or not, it doesn't matter. It makes no difference at all. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones obviously thought that this guy could be the guy.
Yep.
Otherwise, why do you bring him in? You don't just bring him in to piss Dak off and say, you know, hey, we got your replacement here.
I mean,
they thought he would be the guy.
I don't know if they thought they could kick the tires on the guy. No different than when they drafted Dak Prescott.
What's the same with the Packers?
In the fourth,
same thing.
No, it's different.
No, it's not.
When they drafted Dak Prescott with their second fourth-round pick that year, they had Tony Romo as your starter, Kellen Moore as the backup, and then they drafted a kid named Dak Prescott.
Sure.
And in very similar, there was no plans of Dak being what Dak turned into, and the only reason why he played as a rookie is because Romo got hurt, and then Kellen Moore snapped his leg right in front of us.
Sure.
You know, they got lucky, but they didn't draft Dak with the plan that he was going to be the future starter. They wanted, you know, you draft a quarterback and see what you have. The Packers drafted a quarterback in the first round with a clear intent. We think this guy can be his replacement, like Atlanta drafting Penix couple of months after signing Kirk Cousins. He's the quarterback of the future. You do that in the first round. Fourth round, guys, you're kicking tires. Tom Brady was never drafted to be the GOAT for the New England Patriots, but it worked out that way. And I think that's part of the reason why you make that trade with Trey Lance, kick the tires and see what it is, not let's make this trade and we've got our replacement for Dak Prescott ready to go.
Well, I just can't believe that they would make that trade thinking that there's no chance that Trey Lance could be that guy. You can't tell me that you trade a fourth-round draft pick for a guy that you don't believe is ever going to be any good in the NFL. I mean, to me, that's stupid. I mean, just plain stupid. But look, how long did Jordan Love sit behind Aaron Rodgers? 3 years.
Yep.
Okay. Let Trey Lance sit behind Dak Prescott for 3 years. Maybe he turns into Jordan Love. You don't know. I think that's brilliant when teams do that and let them learn behind a veteran quarterback, which is something the Cowboys haven't done. But I'm just saying, if you're not, nobody's going to convince me that the Cowboys trading for Trey Lance did not think, they didn't have a realistic thought in their head that he could be the replacement one day for Dak Prescott.
It's going to be interesting. And again, until the deal is done or the start of the regular season, because I do believe that if we get to that opener, Cowboys and Browns, and Dak Prescott doesn't have a contract, he won't be a Cowboy next year. Why? He'll have an opportunity to hit the free agent market, and I think he would take it if a deal isn't done before the start of the season. And I
agree with that.
And I think based on his comments, based on everything that we've heard, but Steven this week, hearing Dak today, seeing those tweets come in, and we'll get the audio shortly. The idea, I think they are getting close to getting that deal done.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
They sound positive, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy situation with the Dallas Cowboys, and it's again, Tua getting what he got to me is ridiculous. The Dolphins obviously think he's the guy.
And we had a Dolphin fan here earlier saying that he would trade Tua for Dak straight up right now.
Well, so would I.
Well, you know.
I mean, so would I. Like, Tua that guy's one concussion away from being out of the league.
Sure, but I mean, that's a Dolphin fan that thinks Dak could be the difference of his team being a Super Bowl winner and not.
Well, again, he's delusional.
Well, because Dak hasn't gotten it done in the postseason. That's the crazy thing. But it's and until he does, he's going to have that around his neck. I mean, he's
absolutely.
You look at a guy like Phillip Rivers. As great as Phillip Rivers was for the Chargers, he never got a damn thing done in the postseason.
He never did. You could say the same for Dan Marino. Same thing. I mean, the guy went to a Super Bowl his rookie year, but he never made it back.
Never went back.
So it's just it's a hard job, and it sounds like I'm that hard on Dak Prescott. It's just that, especially last year when everything lined up perfectly for the Dallas Cowboys and they still pooped the bed. It just, I don't know what, it just seems to me.
Yep.
And that was the final nail in that coffin as far as I'm concerned with Dak Prescott. Now, I know it was a team effort, but it's just, that was it for me. And I just don't think he can get it done.
And as we sit here getting ready to start this season, Fox Sports put out a list of their top 10 teams going into the season. Cowboys don't make the list. We'll talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I tell you what, I can't believe what a difference a quality water softener makes in your house. I was a skeptic when I got the Connecticut quality water softener put in my house. I didn't think it would make that big of a difference, but I tell you what, it does. It's incredible how much the difference it makes. The clothes are cleaner. Your dishes are cleaner. Even getting out of the shower, you feel better. Connecticut has been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. All their products are made in America, and you know as well as I do. You live in San Antonio and South Texas, a water softener is really a must. The water here is so hard. It just causes all kinds of problems. And the best thing I like about the Connecticut quality water softener is there's nothing to plug in. It doesn't run on electricity. It only works when you need it to work, but it has soft water available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And right now, the fine folks at Connecticut, well, they will install a Connecticut quality water softener in your home for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. Absolutely free with no contract for 90 days. That is an incredible offer that you need to take advantage of. To do that, you give them a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or ConnecticutSA.com. Hey, you know the jingle? Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, we have NFL football. We'll look back at the games and look forward to a full slate.
And we'll take a look at the Big Ten, the new additions, who's going to struggle, who's going to succeed. We'll talk about it. All starts at 6 right here on the Morning Huddle.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Testosterone plays a significant role in regulating fat metabolism and distribution in the body. It also helps to reduce serious health risks down the line. I'm Manny with Rock's Discount Vitamins, and we carry the highest quality natural testosterone boosters on the market. It immediately provides you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improves your mood. With 11 San Antonio area locations, find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for all the support.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back. The 2024 Hunters Extravaganza. August 16th through the 18th at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. Fun for the whole family. Check out our hunting seminars, the latest in hunting equipment, last season's best bucks in our annual deer contest, and for the little hunters, games, live alligators, snakes, and more. August 16th through the 18th at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. For details and tickets, go to huntersextravaganza.com.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at nordicUSA.com, Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
Oh, I hear a little Def Leppard.
Uh-oh.
We're going to hear a lot of this. Well, we'll hear it one time Friday night in the Alamo Dome. Wow, listen to that edit. I was ready for the red light, yellow light, green light, go. If you want to go see Def Leppard, Journey, and Steve Miller on Friday at the Alamo Dome, we got a pair of tickets to give away right now. We'll give them away to caller number 12, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 12, you're going to get a pair of tickets to Def Leppard, Journey, Steve Miller, Friday in the Alamo Dome.
That's going to be a great show. I can't wait for it. So what's the caller number?
12.
12.
12.
Who's that in honor of?
Roger Staubach.
Tom Brady?
Yeah. Sometimes Ryan Eagle.
I'm just saying Tom Brady. Roger Staubach's good.
Colt McCoy.
Big fan of Roger Staubach.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
Wasn't he 12?
Sure, LaMarcus Aldridge.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bruce Bowen, for that matter, since Bruce was nice enough to let him borrow that number.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right.
Caller 12, those tickets are yours. We've got lots of tickets to give away here at El Guacamole on Blanco Road, outside of 1604, a couple of miles, right down by the Timberwood Park. If you're driving down Blanco, right after you pass the Mr. W fireworks stand, one more light, and you are going to be here at El Guacamole. And Alex from our sales department just got here, and he said, you know what? We've got Rangers-Mariners tickets to give away September 22nd.
Wow.
And we've got a pair of tickets to go see Bush. Bush is playing September 4th at Freeman Coliseum with Candlebox and Jerry Cantrell. That's going to be a hell of a show.
Oh, yeah.
We've got tickets to give away here at El Guacamole, plus free margaritas.
What is Alex playing Santa Claus, man?
Well,
What's
I just
going
want to
on
know.
here?
I mean, he's got all this cool stuff. And, we've been on the air 2.5 hours, and he just shows up and says, hey, you want to do that? And then he writes here, we'll do the giveaway at 5:30.
So
because he will not work a minute of overtime, even at his own client's deal.
So what did Jasmine contribute to today?
She's here for free margaritas. She's like, they got margaritas and queso. I'm in.
I'm in, right?
I'm in.
Exactly right.
Yes.
That's good to see them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they're teasing us with their margaritas.
Yeah,
there.
that's
Look
it.
at that.
That's it. Now Alex is like, well, you can't have one.
Look at this. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't drink on the air. We're on camera, you son of a. Yeah. Yeah. Come give Alex a bunch of crap.
Yeah. Tell him he looks a little puffy today.
He does look puffy today. He probably shouldn't have any of that queso.
All right, looks great. Looks great.
Yeah. If you want to meet the idiot who called our boss puffy, he's sitting right here at El Guacamole.
Cow.
And the fact that he still has a job after calling our boss puffy.
Well, it's okay. He does. He apologized profusely.
Well, he did, because he's trying to save his job.
Well, of course.
You tell your boss, a female, you look puffy today. What kind of idiot? So somebody brings some cheese puffs or some marshmallows to Alex.
Well, that'd be good. He got a bunch of those before, didn't he?
Yeah. No, it's funny.
I thought
so. The people that brought in the marshmallows and the cheese puffs.
It's all good.
Yeah. But you want to go see the Rangers and Mariners September 22nd, or you want to go see Bush, come over here and get registered for those tickets. We'll give them away here at El Guacamole in about an hour. And free margaritas till 6 o'clock.
Nice.
Yep. Very, very nice.
Absolutely.
All right, knucklehead question for you, Ryan.
All right.
I'm going to put you on the spot. James Pledger, if you want to chime in, you certainly can. Let me find the tab where I had that article open. There is a John Madden movie in the works. Who do you think would be one that you would say, I could see that guy in that role? Who do you think should play John Madden in a movie about John Madden's life?
My first thought, you ready for me to give you mine?
Yeah.
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
You know what I'm talking about, right? He was Roseanne Barr's.
Is he still alive?
I think he is.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the first thing that came to mind.
John Goodman. Pledge, who do you think would be the perfect person to play John Madden in a movie?
John Goodman's a great guess, Joe.
It really is.
I could see in the vein of Sean Payton, them going like totally off script with somebody like a Kevin. What's his last name?
Kevin Hart?
No, not Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I don't think that would go over too good.
The guy that was the mailman on that sitcom that Chancellor loved.
Kevin James.
Yes, Kevin James.
Yeah. That one might be okay.
He could play Matt Rule, the former Baylor coach. Kevin James and Matt Rule are the same guy. So you're thinking that. Okay, it has been announced. Writer and director David O. Russell has set Nicolas Cage to star in Madden in the Amazon
Nicolas
MGA
Cage?
Studios drama. Yeah, Nicolas Cage. I mean,
was he going to put on about 50 pounds
or 150 pounds?
Man,
yeah, that's going to be insane. Nick Cage.
I just think Nick Cage works cheap because that dude's in every movie ever made.
But I don't see Nick Cage at all.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
As a good John Madden.
Makeup is a wonderful thing.
A fat suit.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he was available. I mean, John Travolta, could he? Is he available?
Travolta?
Sure.
You think that'd be good?
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking of. I don't know. Like Nick Cage would be the last guy that I would think. I like where Pledge was going with what's his name?
Kevin James would be good.
Kevin James would be good.
Yeah.
What was that sitcom? It was such a good show. He was the delivery driver.
King of Queens.
King of Queens. Yes, I know. Shelton watches it every night on TV Land.
It was funny.
Yeah,
it was a funny show.
Well, I mean, a show like that gave guys like Shelton hope that a fat guy can land a hot chick. I mean, that was the biggest selling point of that show.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, exactly.
You're making friends left and right today, man.
Well, I mean, but I'm not lying.
Well, I didn't say you were lying, but you're right over here.
After his role
this
in
is
The
great.
Whale, what about Brendan Fraser?
Man, that was a great movie, wasn't it? Did you see The Whale?
Yeah.
That was an outstanding movie. I guess. I don't know, man. I just see like an older guy playing him.
Well, I mean, all right, let's go back to Young, like when he was head coach of the Raiders.
Well, then you'd really have to bulk somebody up. He was fatter then than he did later in life.
So apparently, according to this article, the unlikely path that Madden took from Super Bowl winning Oakland Raiders head coach to the brains and brand behind Madden NFL that paved the way for his rise to become arguably the greatest football broadcaster the NFL has ever seen.
Yeah, no question.
So clearly makeup is going to be a part of this if they have, early coaching years through video games and broadcasting. My buddy Brian Carson says Jim Belushi would be good.
I can see that.
Is Belushi still alive?
Yeah, Jim Belushi is. Yeah, John died a long time ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But Jim is still with us. And that wouldn't be bad, I think. Or you could have two guys, maybe one guy to play young John Madden and another guy, the older John Madden.
Although when you think about makeup and whatnot, I think about, Zac Efron playing Kevin Von Erich in that Von Erich movie.
Yeah, that was
when
good.
I first heard that, I thought that was bold.
Another
a bold choice.
great movie.
And it, kind of worked.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but Nick Cage's John Madden, I saw that and I went, well, that doesn't.
I would have never guessed that dude in a million years.
Well, I mean, it's like, your crush who played Selena. I mean, that was perfect casting.
Selena?
Yeah, in that movie.
Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah. Your love for her.
Yeah.
In the restraining order.
I was in love with her backside. Oops.
Sorry. For people that don't know, if you want to tell this story, when she was in studio back in the early 90s when you worked on KTFM, where you were set up in the studio and where she was standing for that entire interview, you were about this far, your face was about that far away from her ass for the entire interview. That's all you saw.
That's a problem. But that was back early career, right?
Yeah.
Because they were shooting that movie and we were trying to get people to fill the Alamo Dome for the Houston rodeo scene, by the way, which is what that was at that time. So, so she came in and was, let's just say she wasn't the nicest person in the world. I'd say it out loud. She was very like, oh, geez, I got to do this, huh?
Yeah.
But I didn't do much talking because I was just a goofball sports guy.
Yeah.
But I was in the room and the scenery was good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Fox has put out their top 10 teams heading into the 2024 season. To no surprise, the Dallas Cowboys are not one of the top 10 teams, according to Fox.
You're not surprised?
I'm not surprised.
All right.
But again, 14 teams make the playoffs, and as I look at their top 10, only 4 are in the NFC.
Yeah, well, I get that. I mean, the AFC lately has been much better than the NFC, although I think the NFC is improving this year, certainly better than they were last year. But it's still all about the AFC, and it's still all about the Kansas City Chiefs.
And they are number one on the list, followed by San Francisco, Detroit, Philly, Texans, Houston. According to this, the second best team in the AFC.
Wow.
Then you got 6 through 10, Green Bay, Cincy, Baltimore, Buffalo, and Cleveland.
You know, and I will ask this question. The Pledge is there. He's a big Texans fan. Shelton over here, too. And I mean this in all sincerity. And I'm not taking a shot at Houston here. Not at all. But do even Texan fans believe that the Texans are the second best team in the AFC? I mean, honestly.
No, they're the first.
Wow.
If somebody turn his mic off over here, where's this guy?
He controls the microphones.
He does.
Yes.
But I mean that in all sincerity. Pledge, you're level-headed.
Well,
I mean,
probably
third behind Baltimore and Kansas City.
All right, third. Okay, but yeah, so you wouldn't put Cincinnati in there.
No, beat Joe Burrow in Cincinnati last year, and this team's better than that team was.
All right, okay, all right. It was a legit question, and I sincerely wanted an answer to it. I wasn't taking a shot at anybody Texan-wise, but that seems.
And again, I think part of it is because we're not used to them being there. So, you look at, Kansas City's established. Baltimore, we know they're good, but until Lamar Jackson has playoff success, he's getting the same treatment that Dak Prescott is getting.
As he should.
Joe Burrow, and he's been to a Super Bowl, but that dude's got to figure out how to stay healthy. Tua, how good is Miami? A lot of that's on Tua. Cincinnati, we'll see. Indianapolis could be good this year. The Jets with a healthy Aaron Rodgers, how good are they going to be?
Yeah, that's a big right?
I know you're a big, I don't want to say fan of Cleveland, but you like Cleveland this year to kind of be a surprise team. And again, if they can stay healthy and Deshaun Watson remembers how to play quarterback like he played in Houston, then they could be a very dangerous team.
I think they may have the best defense in the AFC. I really do, and they've got a hell of a running back, and it is going to be, and all of these teams that we're talking about here, the quarterback's got to stay healthy for any of them to have some success, and that's a key. But I think Cleveland's defense is that they can survive some bad play maybe from the offense every now and then. So I like Cleveland as a dark horse team coming out of the AFC. Maybe not making it all the way to the Super Bowl because you got that dude in Kansas City that's pretty good and he finds a way to get it done. But I just think that Cleveland is one of those teams that's got the potential to really make some noise in the AFC.
When you look at the NFC side of things, and again, on this list from Fox, only 4 teams from the NFC make their top 10. So when you look at that, I mean, I don't think many would argue with San Francisco. Detroit looks like they have built something, and I love Dan Campbell. I love what they're doing, although they already have an injury at the running back position, so we'll see. Philadelphia, last year, what were they, 11-1 before the wheels came off the wagon?
Yes.
I mean, there are question marks there in Philadelphia. Green Bay closed the season, regular season great, dominated Dallas in the postseason, had a chance against San Francisco in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
So no argument that those should be, going into the season, the 4 best teams in the NFC. So while this is a top 10, who would be 5, who would be 6, who would be 7? So who are the other 3 playoff teams in the NFC? And I think that is where you have to have the Dallas Cowboys. They're not an awful team, but they're not going to win the NFC East, but they would be in that next group. I think if you were to say these are likely your NFC playoff teams, I think you would have the Cowboys in there probably at 6 or 7.
I'd have the Cowboys in there. I think I'd have the Rams in there. I think the Rams are a playoff team this year. So that's one that I came up. And look, I do like Washington. I think they're going to be better. I'm not sure they're a playoff team, but I think they will improve depending on the play of their quarterback. And by all indications right now, this guy is impressing everybody there in Washington. Again, it's early and it is preseason, but I think they're going to be a better team than most people think. But certainly Dallas, certainly the Rams, and then it's a toss-up.
I mean, when you look at like the NFC South, is probably only going to have one playoff team, and that's the division winner.
Sure.
Which I would probably guess to be Atlanta. I like Atlanta this year there. The NFC East could have two playoff teams, likely Philadelphia and Dallas. But then you look at the NFC North, Detroit, Green Bay. How good is Chicago going to be with Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Because that wasn't a bad football team last year. Not bad like, well, you suck, you get the number one pick. So we'll see. And then the West, I think you're right. The Rams and 49ers are going to be your playoff teams, with the Rams is probably one of the wild cards.
I tell you what, I am just ready to get this bus rolling. And it's what, we're about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks out until we get things started.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Cannot wait. I mean, it is the best time of the year.
There's no doubt about it.
For sure. It's a great day to be with us here at El Guacamole. You're getting off work, especially if you live like in Timberwood Park. We're at El Guacamole, which is on Blanco Road outside 1604, a couple miles down on the right-hand side. We got free margaritas today. It's bring your kid to have a margarita day here at El Guacamole. You can do that, although I think it only still gets you one. Just saying, although you could try. We also have tickets to give away to go see Bush, Candlebox, and Jerry Cantrell. We also have tickets to see the Rangers and Mariners September 22nd up in Arlington.
And we're giving those away when?
Yes.
You have to be here to win them?
You have to be here.
All right.
And while the show goes till 6, Alex gets off work at 5:30. So he said we got to do the giveaway at 5:30 because,
Those salespeople, man, I tell you.
Look at him. He showed up to the event late, and he wants to leave early.
And he's munching out, drinking a nice margarita.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the laptop is open.
It's open, yeah.
He looks like he's working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right. They know how to do it. They know how to do it.
Yeah.
See, Jasmine's got her laptop open, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's on TikTok, but whatever. I mean, it's all good.
Jasmine's the only one that I've seen that is better on social media than you.
Well, I suck at social media.
Well, I mean, she posts more than you do. That's what I'm talking about.
She posts more than most humans.
That's okay. That's where we're at in this crazy world right now.
That's exactly what we do. You know, the Texans being basically the second best team in the AFC on this list. We'll talk about it coming up at 5:15 with John McClain from HoustonTexans.com. And some news out of Cowboys Camp today we'll dive into coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And it is the best time of the year. I know it's preseason football. There is a game tonight. The regular season is right around the corner. And I tell you, you want to make the games more exciting, go download the Underdog Fantasy app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com and get signed up and start playing the Pick'em game. I won a lot of money last year playing the Pick'em game. You can as well. Over 1 million fans got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. You too can win up to 325 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. It's really easy to get started. Go to the mobile app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. When you sign up, use my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first Pick'em entry, plus a deposit offer. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, use promo code STAR to claim your new customer offer of a gimme first pick and your deposit offer when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
You're listening to The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by September 2nd, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great. Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by for a few weeks.
We should do what my brother did. He went to billshappen.com and got $3,000 the next day.
With our bad credit, I don't think so.
Billshappen.com is different. They are one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope, my brother said it was easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happen's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Great news. I went to billshappen.com, and we will have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play anywhere. Details.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
Attention Roadrunner fans, get ready for an electrifying season of UTSA football. Season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $90. That's right, for only $90 you can catch all the action, all the touchdowns, and all the excitement at the Alamo Dome. Bring your family, bring your friends, and join the fun as we cheer on our UTSA Roadrunners to victory. Don't miss out on the best deal in town. Get your season tickets today and be a part of the Roadrunner family. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your seats now. UTSA football, it's more than a game, it's an experience. Go Runners!
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Join the Blitz today, live from El Guacamole Mexican Grill on 25020 Blanco Road for a special grand opening of their newly remodeled bar, raffles, giveaways, and free margaritas, all starting at 2 p.m. at El Guacamole Mexican Grill on 25020 Blanco Road.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Center.
Boy, somebody break up the Houston Astros. They are absolutely red hot. They won their 8th in a row last night, beating Tampa Bay. Today, they get a much-needed day off. Texas Rangers beat Boston last night to avoid the sweep. They return to open up a series with the Twins beginning tonight on a game you can catch on your home for Rangers baseball. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It all begins at 6:30 with the pregame show.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. A Thursday afternoon at El Guacamole on Blanco Road, 1604 outside the loop, a couple miles past the Mr. W fireworks stand, and you're the next light on the right where your free margaritas are waiting for you.
And it almost seems like a Friday, doesn't it? It's kind of a party atmosphere out here at El Guacamole. So it feels like a Friday. It's like the weekend is here already.
If you get off work at 5 o'clock, it's Friday for you. Mentally.
It is. Yes.
Mentally.
Yes,
I'll give you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then come out here and get your Friday started the right way.
What is Rob Thompson from the Morning Huddle call it?
Baby Friday?
Baby Friday, Small Friday, something like that.
Well, they got a brand new bar over here that they can't wait for you to belly up to and have a margarita.
Preseason football will be on tonight.
Yeah.
I mentioned free margaritas, right?
Yeah, you did mention that, although I don't think you can mention that enough.
Oh, well, we also have 4 tickets to go see the Rangers and Mariners September 22nd up in Arlington. We also have tickets to go see Bush, Jerry Cantrell, and Candlebox on a Wednesday night at Freeman Coliseum.
But you have to be here to win those tickets.
Yes.
Any of that Jason just spouted off there, you got to be here. So point your car this way.
There you go. Let's do it. Come hang out with us.
Yes.
Have some margaritas. Have some dinner. Happy hour. chips and queso.
Yeah, they got all of that.
Whatever the case may be.
Anything you can imagine.
John McClain will join us coming up in a couple of minutes. We'll talk some Texans, but a lot of big news. And I say big. We might be just, quite frankly, reading too much into it. But Dak Prescott talked to the media today on the podium. And the big news is his ankle's fine. No, really the big news that Dak was talking about, quite simply, is he's confident that a deal is going to get done. He's encouraged by the conversations, and they're ongoing. And so all the talk a couple of weeks ago that I could see myself playing somewhere else, I've dealt with that reality. That kind of tone versus what you were hearing today, confident, laughing, smiling, then joked with the media that he would take one of the deals that the Cowboys are offering rather than join the ranks of the media and take their salaries for asking questions. Well, what do you mean by one of the deals the Cowboys are offering? Does that mean there's 2 or 3 different options? And I don't think when I hear that it's money related, it's probably structure related.
I would think so too. There's got to be something in there. We talked a little bit about this yesterday with CD Lamb too. The money's one thing, and obviously they've got their mindset on a certain amount, but then it's how long is it going to be, and what's the guarantee, and yada, yada, yada. So all of that kind of stuff has got to be worked out. And then, the Jones family is trying to sell this as, hey, we got to sign all these other guys, and we got to do this, and we got to do that. We want to put some players around you. So there's all these talks going on. My question is, a sincere question, because I love Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
If he's encouraged by how well things are going, didn't he just tell us he doesn't give a damn? He just lets his agent handle that?
Yes, which is another reason why I think that we are probably closer to getting a deal done, because he's having conversations with his agent going over these offers. And I don't know. We don't know. You can only speculate. But you and I, throughout our careers, have dealt with a lot of players going through negotiations, and whether they're talking on a podium or if you're just talking to them off the side, especially if you've built a relationship with them. And I know some guys, they get daily updates from their agents. I know other guys that do not want to know anything until it is basically done. And I get the idea that Dak is more in that latter category. It might not be it's almost done, but how are they going? But he doesn't want, a lot of guys don't want to deal with the BS every day of it, because it is a distraction, especially in camp, because, those conversations can get nasty. I mean, while the agent's trying to get more, the team's trying to get less, fair comps. I mean, that's when players are representing themselves, man. They might hear things about themselves that they really don't want to hear.
Exactly right.
But I get the sense that Dak does not get the daily update. I don't know that. But he probably does get updated on a regular basis. And when it's close, that's when you really sit down with your agent. And looking at Dak this offseason and this training camp in particular, which, he's a dad now. And if you follow him on social media, he's posting a lot of pictures with his kid at the beach and his kids at practice almost daily. I don't know that, in his what little downtime they have in camp, if he's talking to his agent until it's necessary, or is he spending time with the kids, with his kiddo now, and he's not married, but it's all family time. It looks like he's done like other players. They're in an Airbnb on the beach, and he's posting from there.
Well, Dak's a father, he's a dad. He's got to be the dad. Look, Dak, character-wise, as a man off the field, I don't think there's any better.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, I have a lot of respect for him and his leadership ability, the way he can blow criticism off and just let it go and keep going throughout this whole contract mess. He just keeps going. The one before this one, same thing. So I have a lot of respect for him. I really do. To me, at some point in time, and that's why I'm going to be really interested if indeed this is as close as maybe you think it is, maybe he thinks it is, whatever the case may be, what the terms are. And what I'm looking at is not necessarily the money, but I want to know how long is it. And that's what I want to see, because I think that will tell us a little something about what the Cowboys are thinking, at least as the future goes.
Well, and historically, Dak has wanted shorter contracts, Jerry longer, because he could spread out the cap hit more. Dak has won every negotiation, so I'm not expecting a long contract. I'm with you. I want to see the structure, but because that will tell you how long are they really married to this guy. I look at the Kirk Cousins deal with the Atlanta Falcons, a 4-year contract that in reality is a 2-year deal.
Yes.
And is it something like that? Does it kick in after this season, or does this season contract, which again, if they had done that in March, they'd have had a lot of money to, I don't know, go get a Derrick Henry or a real running back. But I won't get into the anger in which the way the Cowboys have handled this. But Dak today talking about being encouraged and feeling like confident is the quote that every reporter has had. Confident a deal will get done was the quote heard around the world today. 2 days ago, Stephen Jones said that the goal was to get a deal done before the start of the regular season. So this week alone, we've heard for the first time some sort of a deadline, hearing goal before the start of the regular season. Until then, it'll get done when it gets done. These things take time. Today, we get from Dak Prescott, confident a deal will get done. It's heading in the right direction, and it looks like it's pretty close to the finish line.
We'll see. That remains to be seen. And then you still got that wide receiver out there, too. We haven't heard from him or any comments about him today at all. So,
well, leaves are going to fall.
Well, they've fallen, dude. The whole forest is falling.
See, we're looking at a different tree. Now it's the Jerry Jones money tree. Once that Dak leaf falls, then the CD leaf can fall. And then all of a sudden, CD's there, and everybody's got a different outlook on the season.
Well, here's what I love. The fact that the Cowboys are just – Jerry must have called Visa and got a little more money on that credit card, because that's all he's going to do with Dak Prescott is push that back and just add more debt to the end of that. He'll do the same thing with CD, same thing with Micah. And then, I don't know, 5 years from now, we're going to hear the same thing from Jerry. Boy, I tell you what, our cap numbers are outrageous. We got bills to pay. That credit card is due. All of that is coming. If this happens. It's an interesting time.
It's going to happen
to cover the Cowboys.
It's like watching a car wreck, man.
I'm not convinced of it yet, but we'll see what happens.
Don't be stubborn.
I'm not.
Don't be stubborn.
Just saying.
Don't be stubborn. We'll talk some Texans football. And a guy that covered John Madden. Who does John McClane think should play John Madden in a movie? I still can't get over they cast Nick Cage for that. We'll talk about that coming up here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know me. You listen to this show enough. You know the Roof Hub is my go-to spot there at 281 and Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. And when you get into the Roof Hub, go hungry. The food, fantastic. The biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on the menu. Great chicken sandwich. I love the fried shrimp over there. great appetizers. I highly recommend the onion rings with barbecue sauce. The pledge tells me the salads there are wonderful, and that kitchen is open late till 2 a.m. every day with the full menu available. So when you need that late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Go to the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road, just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
94.1 FM.
Getting ready for back to school at Macy's is all about fresh starts and new looks, making it one of summer's greatest hits. Save on must-haves like cargos, mini dresses, jeans, and more that'll hold up from the first day of school to the last. Plus, you'll find all the top quality brands you love, like Nike, Jordan, Levi's, and the all-new Epic Threads. Shop Macy's and make the first day back the best one yet. Check out Macy's.com/back-to-school today.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school, with the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate, because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Bourbon and Brews is heading south for the summer, but don't worry. We're now introducing Twin Peaks Tequila and Cervezas. It's a fiesta every Friday at Twin Peaks with samples of our favorite tequilas and cervezas all summer long. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Calling all brothers and sisters of the Leaf. Come to 49 Cigars in the village of Stone Oak, Suite 101, where a game is always on and cigars are always premium. Enjoy a fine selection of cigars in our unique lounge. And remember, it's BYOB, 49cigars.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyer4us.com.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas, exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
Cowboys! South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday night at 9, the Cowboys travel from training camp in Oxnard to Sin City to take on the Las Vegas Raiders in their second of 3 preseason games. Pre-game starts at 8 p.m. Presented by AA Best Bell Bonds and Ewald Kubota. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. On a Thursday afternoon at El Guacamole Mexican Restaurant and Bar, Blanco in 1604, just outside of 1604 on Blanco Road, a couple miles down on the right. is they have remodeled their entire bar in here. So if you live at Timberwood Park in that area, you've got yourself a great neighborhood bar. Come check it out. We've got free margaritas until 6 o'clock. We also are giving away 4 tickets to go see the Rangers and Mariners September 22nd up in Arlington. And we've got a pair of tickets to give away to see Bush, Jerry Cantrell, and Candlebox coming up in September at Freeman Coliseum. So come see us here at El Guacamole. Free margaritas. I know if John McClain were in town, he would be here. He's down in Houston, so joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And John, before we get into free margaritas, I want to talk movies. I saw today that they have cast Nick Cage to play John Madden in an upcoming movie on Amazon. And for the life of me, I think that's awful. You covered John Madden. You know him. Who do you think should be playing the great John Madden?
Well, first of all, I've never seen any place give away free margaritas. My God, what a great promotion. And I'm sure you guys are taking advantage of it.
We will. We're working.
I
working.
were there with you. That would be a blast. I like Nicolas Cage. I've watched him since his first main part in Valley Girl in 1983 when he was still known as Nicholas Coppola, because Francis Coppola is his uncle. But him cast as Madden, I just immediately thought, no, in no way does he make me think of John Madden. Now, they'll do everything they can to make him look like Madden, but I want somebody that's let's see, overweight. I want somebody that he doesn't, because Madden had such a distinctive look. And when I think of them, I don't know really who I think of, but damn sure in Nicolas Cage.
You know, John, I tell you what, when I heard that, and we kind of all guessed and had our guesses, I wouldn't have picked Nick Cage in a million years. That would have been the last guy on my mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If you'd asked me to pick 50 guys, I wouldn't have picked him. But I'll tell you something else. When I did the movie Invincible, and Mark Wahlberg was picked to be a 6'2" wide receiver, and he's about 5'7", and then they just made everybody else shorter. The Harold Carmichael character, who was 6'8", was 6'4", and so I'm sure, I don't like. He's not going to gain 100 pounds to look like Madden, and if they're stuffing him with a fat suit, that won't be the same. So I'll try to think of somebody that I think is better. And another thing, are they going to portray him as a coach? Are they going to portray him as a broadcaster? Are they going to do it his entire career? That's what's weird. At what point will he be supposed to be John Madden?
I don't know, but reading the article, it's tracing his journey from being a coach to the video game guy to being one of the best broadcasters. And, we were thinking and talking about this earlier. Whether it's like Kevin James from King of Queens, Frank Caliendo, Belushi, who'd you say? John Goodman. I think the great John McClane, who has appeared in many movies, is a better fit to play John Madden than Nicolas Cage.
I like the Goodman, but he's older. It's easier to take a younger guy and make him look older than it is to take an older guy and make him look younger. So I'm thinking it's good. All those guys are good, but I'm thinking it's going to have to be somebody who's around about 40 years old and he looks 30, and then they can make him look 50 or 60.
Will Ferrell.
I don't know.
I'm not. No, all Will Ferrell wants to do is try to get laughs, and that's not what they're going to want. Because, if Madden was funny, it was natural. It's not because he had to work at it like Will Ferrell does.
Interesting. All right, John, let's talk a little football. Houston Texans today on Fox Sports top 10 list were picked as the second best team in the AFC behind the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, they're second best team. What do you think about that?
I think it's ridiculous. They're not the second best team. Number one, they got a brutal schedule. and they may not have as good a record as last year, but they might be better. Baltimore waylaid them in the playoffs and got Derrick Henry. Why would somebody pick them ahead of Baltimore? I certainly wouldn't. I'd pick Buffalo ahead of them as well. I think they're the best team in the AFC South, and it's going to be close again. One game separates three teams, but their schedule and the quarterbacks they go against is like 180 degrees from what they went with last year. So, no, I would not pick them second best team in the AFC.
John McClain from HoustonTexans.com joining us here on the Blitz. That said, we know they're good. And Texans fans that had to deal with Bill O'Brien and then post Bill O'Brien aftermath, I mean, they're loving life right now with all the attention. How is the locker room? Guys like D'Amico, C.J. Stroud, or even guys that have been there through some of the down years, what's left of them, how will they handle the success and the attention that this team is getting right now through a training camp, but what is going to come with the preseason if they do get off to a hot start?
They should get off to a hot start because they play in Indy, where they've won the last 2 years. Then they play Chicago and a rookie quarterback here. Then they go to Minnesota to play against Sam Darnold. And I'm not saying they're going to start 3-0, but they ought to at least start 2-1. Then it gets a lot tougher. And they've had so much turnover in this team. There's not a lot of guys that have been around there a while. But the guys who have, like John Weeks, 15-year veteran, their deep snapper, he's eating it up. Kaimi Fairbairn, their kicker, who's been here 8 years. And there's a few other guys. Lammy Tunsil came here 2019, Titus Howard, right tackle, 19. So they were here when they won the division. Then they had 3 bad years that seemed like 13 because of all the controversy involving Bill O'Brien, Deshaun Watson, Jack Easterby. And then they're here now when they've turned it around. And they do have a lot of talent. But one of the things that was most surprising about this team last year was having a first-year head coach, and a first-year quarterbacks coach and a first-year quarterback, and a lot of other young players, was how they played in close games. And it's amazing. They finished 10-7, and they lost to Carolina and Atlanta on the road on field goals with no time left. But they still won, like over Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. They won, I think, 8. Let's see, they won 10. 7 wins came in the last 36 seconds. That tells you the team is well coached, but it's also mature for its age. So that's why I think that bodes well for a team that has a tougher schedule if they're involved in close games, because they proved they could win the close games last year instead of falling apart.
John, you've got a great article on HoustonTexans.com today talking about Slowick and Stroud planning to satisfy the appetites of the wide receivers. I look at that, and the first guy I think about is Stephon Diggs. And not to talk bad about Diggs, but he has shown that he can be a problem from time to time. Do you think that Stroud and Slowick can satisfy this guy with getting him the ball enough where he won't be a problem this year?
Well, he wasn't a problem when he went to Minnesota and Buffalo. He became a problem based on him wanting the ball. And we were talking today while we were watching him at practice. He only missed 2 games while he was at Buffalo in 4 years. He's very durable. He had more than 100 catches and 1,000 yards every year. And I'll bet you they're going to look back and go, whoa, that selfishness was worth it because of the way he produced. Now he's on a 1-year contract, which means one of two things. He's going to be on his best behavior all season, no matter what happens, because he knows he's auditioning to either a new contract for this team or somewhere else, or being on that 1-year contract. If, say, Nico Collins has the most catches and Tank Dell has the highest yards per catch, then if he's kind of left behind with, say, 65 catches and 800 yards, how's he going to react to that? Well, I think DeMeco Ryans, and I watched DeMeco deal with players never seen behind the scenes, of course, but seen on the field, practice field. Players have great respect for him, and he has a great way of getting his message across. They don't have controversy. They don't have anybody that says the wrong thing. They don't have anybody that does the wrong thing. And I think Diggs is going to be on his best behavior and produce in a big way.
It's going to be interesting. John McClain from HoustonTexans.com with us. And as we talk about the attitude change around the Houston organization, an odd question. My Facebook memories, 8 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, when we used to go down and do the show covering Texans camp, right? And I've got a picture of us interviewing Bob McNair, and Cal is just standing behind him. And when I think of Cal McNair, that's what I always think of, is he was just always 2 or 3 steps behind his dad and never in the spotlight. The other night, I see him on stage with, Luke Bryan, shotgunning a beer, although I think he just spilled most of it on the stage. I don't know how much of it he actually drank, but he has become this cool figure in Houston. How much is his personality affecting the overall feeling inside that organization?
You're right. Cal was always the man behind the scenes. He used to tell me, and he preferred being behind the scenes. His dad liked being out front, was more comfortable in that role, and Cal was more comfortable being in the shadows. And I think 2 things happened. His wife, Hannah, who plays a big role in the organization, and Cal likes it. He wants her to because he trusts her opinion. And their great media relations director, Omar Massoud, have encouraged him to show more of his personality. 2 years ago at training camp, they brought in big barbecue pits, and he cooked cheeseburgers for fans. He's done that each of the last 2 years. One time last year during camp, they went up onto a certain concourse in the stadium, and Cal was helping barbers cut hair for people. And he's been out front a lot, and I always notice Hannah in the background, like on the stage, he has somebody else. And while Cal's out there chugging a beer with him, and Cowboy Cal, I call him, with his hat, and they've owned horses, and Hannah, I could see her in the background, and I think he's become more comfortable in that role. And I tell them during practice, the McNairs will come over and talk to the media, and they talk to everybody. They don't just talk to the Chronicle or the flagship station. They talk to everybody. And I told them last week, there's not another owner in sports that does that. A lot of owners, you never see them, but they just think it's important to be out there and to talk informally to the media. I wish they'd get Nick Caserio to do it, but he doesn't do it. And then D'Amico's really good as a promoter as well of the team. So everything right now is so smooth. It makes me wonder, what's going to happen, because since D'Amico got here, the whole culture has changed to one of constant negativity to one with constant positivity.
John, that's sometimes you just got to ride that wave, though, right? Anytime if things go smooth, you're expecting that punch in the gut. But I think Texan fans right now are just going to ride that wave for a little while and feel good about it.
Yeah, and I'm not the country guy. Pledge is telling me it was Luke Combs.
Who
else is riding that wave? It's our Houston Astros.
Yeah,
I know, right?
8 straight.
All
straight.
on the road.
Wow.
3-game lead in the AL West now. The Rangers are fading like the setting sun, and the Mariners are choking, falling like a lead boil.
Yeah, they are. Well said. Accurate description.
Yeah.
Pledge is telling me it was at the Luke Combs concert. What did I say? Luke Bryan? They're all Lukes.
His name is Luke.
Yeah, they're all the same. Or first name, right? Whatever. Yeah. Country guys. Make sure you follow John on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL and read his work there at HoustonTexans.com. John, have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Guys, thank you very much as always.
John McClain on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. online at buyersbarricades.com. It is the Blitz live out at El Guacamole, 1604 and Blanco Road. We're here for another half hour with free margaritas. We also have tickets to go see the Rangers and Mariners and tickets to go see Bush. Come by and see us here. If you live in Timberwood, you're close. Come see us here. Blanco and 1604 at El Guacamole.
Absolutely. You can go to golfclubtexas.com and book your tee times for this weekend. That'd be a great thing to do. It's going to be a great weekend to go out and play golf. Golf Club of Texas, if you haven't been there in a while, well, you really haven't been there. The place is new and improved. I'm going to tell you, they've made some great improvements out there where it looks like a country club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week, and they offer some of the best course conditions in town with the. And let me tell you about the food out there. They have a great family-friendly restaurant called the 10 Cup. So even if you're not a golfer, you can take the family, you can hang out with your friends. It's the best sit-down restaurant in that part of San Antonio. And it's not going to break the bank to take the family out to eat. And in fact, right now, it is football season. And football season means the Golf Club of Texas. You can watch every game. They're going to stay open late even for the Thursday night games, for the Sunday night games, for the Monday night games. They will stay open late so you can enjoy the football, enjoy the food, enjoy the drinks, and everything that the Golf Club of Texas has to offer. It is a great place to go watch football, so make your plans to do that. The Golf Club of Texas, it's out there at Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether it's for dinner at the 10 Cup, around with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle, we have NFL football. We'll look back at the games and look forward to a full slate.
And we'll take a look at the Big Ten, the new additions, who's going to struggle, who's going to succeed. Talk about it. All starts at 6 right here on the Morning Huddle.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyer4us.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We can get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we can take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can easily find coverage options that fit your budget. If only it was that easy to name your baby.
How about Jaden?
Nope.
Okay. Michael?
Went to middle school with a glue-eating Michael.
Sebastian?
Dated one in college.
How about Damien?
Vampire name.
All right. Greg?
Not feeling it.
Okay. No worries. No worries. Jeffrey?
Oh, love that one.
Wait, really?
No.
Find coverage options that fit your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Your neighbors at El Guacamole Mexican Grill on 25020 Blanco Road are ready to serve you breakfast or lunch fresh. Made to order Mexican dishes or cold drinks on tap. Order today or visit El Guacamole Mexican Grill on 25020 Blanco Road.
I'm AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6. What's the latest with the Cowboys? And are they even ready for the season? It's all right here on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix, live at El Guacamole Mexican Bar and Grill. 1604 in Blanco Road. Free margaritas for the next 20 minutes. So if you're close, if you're stuck on 1604, exit Blanco. If you're already on the traffic on Blanco in that exit, cut through that parking lot. It's an easy shortcut. and then head outside the loop a couple miles and right by the entrance to Timberwood Park is where you're going to find us.
Absolutely. Come on, and not only for the free margaritas, which is enough.
Yeah.
But we got stuff to give away, too. And some good stuff. We're Rangers Mariners tickets, you said?
Yep, September 22nd. Bush, Jerry Cantrell, and Candlebox.
They say Candlebox and Bush in the same sentence?
You got to be very careful.
I'm just asking. It's a question.
Is it?
Yes.
Especially with Jerry Cantrell and his band Alice in Chains, they sing about the man in the box.
Well, there you go.
I mean,
right?
It's right there.
And
although this is Jerry Cantrell's solo project.
Then you got the Bush. So,
yes.
I mean, you got everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
It could be an X-rated night. Leave the kids at home.
Stop. You can't name one Bush song.
I know, I can't.
Although you probably recognize, I'd say 4 of them.
I would say that too, probably. But that's the way I am. I don't remember song names.
I know.
I really don't.
Or bands that sing said songs.
Or that too.
Yes. See, you know a lot of Candlebox.
I'm sure I do.
Yeah. And their lead singer went to MacArthur.
Is that right?
Yeah, Kevin Martin.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of talented musicians here in San Antonio.
Absolutely. We'll probably end up having Kevin in studio that week, depending on what their schedule is, how long they are in town. I'll have to reach out to them. I just got asked if we want to have the Australian Pink Floyd guys on with us next week.
Well, sure. Why not?
Yeah,
I want to know what the hell the Australian means in Pink Floyd.
Well, yes. I'm very curious about everything about this band. I know we'll have our boys from Nothing More on soon as they get their, I got to rephrase that, the band Nothing More on soon. Because they're getting ready to be here in September over at Techport.
Where are our guys from Kingdom Collapse?
Where are they?
Yeah.
Well, they just finished up a tour.
Yeah.
And they go out again sometime in September, although they don't play in San Antonio again until, I think, December.
All right.
Yeah.
Had a good time at that show.
They do a great
They do.
Great
They
time.
do a great show.
Mean, I saw your intro. You were having a great time.
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
Yes. You know, that's the kind of work I like doing.
Really?
Introing a band. but I get to have about 5 or 6 drinks beforehand.
Yeah, get all liquored up. And then,
perfect.
Get us, and you realize you're not on radio, so you could say words that you can't say on this show.
Yeah, and I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
It's a rock and roll show.
Absolutely,
man.
it
get
is.
Nuts and crazy.
Absolutely.
Go nuts.
You know?
Not like that crappy Bob Dylan guy.
No, well. Jeez.
Sorry.
That caused you to say a lot of words you can't say on this radio program, too.
It really did.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah, Bob Dylan sucked.
I shouldn't say that about the poor guy because
he's a legend.
He's a legend, and he's
but
the end of his career.
That show was bad. Now, speaking of legends, I imagine by now you know if you had tickets to go see Barry Manilow tonight. But Barry Manilow canceled his show tonight because he's got COVID. So they've rescheduled that for August 30th. So, 15 days from now. So at least it was a quick reschedule. But all the Fanilows out there that were disappointed, you got to wait a couple of weeks before you can go.
The Fanilows, I like that.
It's literally what they're called.
Well, that's great. I would not want to be called that. And if you called me that, I'd probably slap you in the face. Todd Archer just sent out an interesting tweet.
All right.
He says, Dak Prescott's latest on contract talks. He says, conversations are going well, but I'm not putting that much thought into hoping it gets done now. Hoping it gets done in a couple of weeks during the season or whenever it happens. I just know conversations are on the right way.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know how to read him, honestly, and everything that we hear from both sides, it's very difficult to get a read on what's really going on.
The initial tweets about it were that he was encouraged and felt like it was going to get done, and as soon as the audio is available, and I think hearing it versus reading a tweet will make a lot of difference. But clearly, poker face. I am surprised that Dak would say whenever it happens during the season or whenever. Especially knowing that 2 days ago, Stephen Jones said the goal was to get it done before the start of the regular season. And a lot of guys, although if somebody's going to offer you $60 million a year, I don't care when they say it's done. You can call me at 3 a.m. and wake me up.
Yeah, true.
But I think Dak would want that deal done before the start of the regular season because everybody is tired of talking about it. I mean, we got that yesterday from Micah Parsons when he was on with the Blitz. Not about Dak's deal, about CD's deal, although he was telling us all the things that CD is ready to go. So interesting. And also, we talked earlier about the 2 additions that the Cowboys made yesterday. One of them is a better deal now than it was earlier. Mike Garafolo tweets out housekeeping on this trade. The Giants trade with Jordan Phillips and the pick swap that was included in that. The pick swap is conditional. If Jordan Phillips is on the Cowboys roster for 2 games this season, the deal goes through. If not, the trade is off. So there was all that talk about why would the Cowboys make a move for a guy that was going to get cut anyway, more than likely.
Yeah.
And I was okay with the trade because of the at the time I was happy with the trade because you have no competition. You would have to clear waivers and hope nobody else picked them up. This way you ensured you had the guy. You kick the tires. If it doesn't work, the trade is off. This is even better than it was before, and I thought it was a good move before.
Yeah, I mean, look, and they needed depth. I mean, they're one guy's back in Dallas, their offensive linemen. I know these are defensive guys.
Yeah.
But having surgery, they've had some issues. Sam Williams, obviously. So they've had some injury problems early on in training camp, and depth becomes a process. Because, look, if you're Mike McCarthy right now, even though you've got 2 more preseason games to go, you got to be a little bit nervous about losing anybody else. And I think that's the issue right now. And so I think some of these moves are just to be able to plug some guys in, whether they make the team or not. And that's where you go. I'd be a little bit nervous if I'm Mike McCarthy at this point in time.
Yeah. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Let's go to the phones. Hey, Rob, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. I was kind of thinking myself that it's no coincidence that the negotiations seem to have picked up a bit. Dak feeling better about how it's going this week. in the aftermath of the Trey Lance performance on Sunday. I think they kind of wanted to, as you said earlier, kick the tires on that. They saw what they needed to see, I think, and maybe now they're more serious in negotiating with Dak.
It could all factor in.
It's possible, sure.
It could all just simply factor in.
Although you're going to see them in 2 more preseason games. You're going to see a lot of them in the next 2 preseason games.
Yeah. Timothy, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, brothers?
What's up?
So,
Hello.
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is for you. Hey, listen. Dak Prescott, 7 games. 7 playoff games. He had 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions with 8 injured starters, specifically in that Green Bay game. Mahomes, in that same 7-game span, had 12 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and they only had 3 injured starters when they won that Super Bowl. And Dak's passer rating was 91.8. Pat was 91.6.
Timothy,
I love it.
Hold on.
No,
that's not. Because here's the difference, Timothy. All those stats are great. I love that you're taking up for your guy, Dak Prescott. That's good. Difference is that Patrick Mahomes has 3 rings. He's got 3. Dak Prescott's never been past the first round of the play. Well, I guess he did get past the first round once. Twice.
Beat Tom Brady.
He did. He sent Tom Brady. So I love the stats. That's all great. But when you put a ring on his finger, call me back and let me know then how great Dak Prescott is.
I am totally 100% with that. I see the comparisons, love them, all that kind of stuff. He's got regular season numbers that might compare to Mahomes. It's about the playoff success. As the Dak defender on this show, as I'm labeled, even I won't let that slide. I mean, that's total BS. I mean, that's about as the Hawk Tua girl throwing out the first pitch today at the Mets game.
Dude, that girl is on fire.
Yeah, she is.
Throwing out the first pitch at the Mets. I wonder if she spit on that thing.
Of course she did.
Little spitball.
That's her thing.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Well, now she should have. She didn't do it.
Well, let's see. We're watching the video.
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tua.
Oh, yeah.
On that thing.
She didn't spit on them. She should spit on.
I mean,
wouldn't you like a nice spit on that baseball?
I mean, look, and then she chest bumped the catcher. That was beautiful.
The catcher is
another female. Yeah.
Quite attractive.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why she didn't spit on it. Or you got to spit on it in private.
Well, maybe.
I mean, you can't do that on the baseball.
Well,
field.
I tell you what, that one statement, that one interview. That girl is just riding that and riding it high.
God bless America.
How about that?
You know what we do every Thursday about this time on the Blitz?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap. It is brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Go to samsburgerjoint.com where you can get your tickets, see their entire calendar and their menu. Tonight, they got Carter Winter on stage. Tomorrow night, an Incubus experience, a band called Stellar. Greg Cook on Sunday. Next Wednesday, Pat Byrne and Kelly McWee at Sam's Burger Joint.
Always fun at Sam's Burger Joint. Tonight out of Green Hall, the Alan Hendrickson Band. By the way, if you haven't heard, I hope you have. If you have tickets, Barry Manilow canceled tonight. He won't be at the Frostbank Center. It will be dark tonight. So maybe you want to go over to the Majestic Theater and see Penn and Teller.
What?
That's a good Vegas show to go see. Penn and Teller. That's kind of nice. You got Wolf Stadium. The Mission's taking on the Sod Poodles out there. And Affion Crockett at the LOL Comedy Club.
Floor's Country Store on Friday night has Colby Acuff. Of course, the big show on Friday, the Alamo Dome, Def Leppard, Journey, and Steve Miller Band. At the Frostbank Center on Friday, Suicide Boys. Stable Hall at the Pearl has World Psych Night. That's where Pledge is going to end up. I can almost tell. That has Pledge written all over it.
Now, Suicide Boys. You ever heard of them?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Why do I even ask?
Yeah.
Why do I even ask? Saturday night, Billy Currington out at the Whitewater Amphitheater. That'd be a good show. Green Hall has Jacob Stelly out there. Frostbank Center, Grupo Frontera. They'll be out there. That's good. Suicide Boys are back at the Moody Center, by the way, on Saturday night. So if you miss them on Friday, you can go see them on Saturday. Bluebonnet Palace back in black. AC/DC tribute band.
There's also a band that I'm going to go see Saturday night at Bond's Rock Bar downtown. It's a band called Plush. All-female rock and roll band. They opened for Disturbed when I went to see Disturbed up in Austin at the Moody Center, but because of Austin traffic, I missed most of their set. Now I see they're coming to San Antonio. I'm going to go check them out on Saturday. Moody Center on Sunday has Santana and Counting Crows. That's a big show.
Absolutely.
Paper Tiger has their I Ruined It. Seems
You heard of them?
No.
Really?
No.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I really am. Monday night. Are we at Monday night?
Sure.
Yeah, that's where we're at. Barry Manilow, he's not there at the Moody Center. I'm assuming.
Well,
I don't know if that one's canceled.
They haven't announced that cancellation.
Well, how do you get over COVID in 2 days?
It's the flu. I don't know. I mean,
he's not going to be breathing on anybody.
Well, it's Monday. Today's Thursday. I don't know. Maybe they'll wait till day of, like they did this one.
Well, he may be okay then by it. So if you got tickets to see, if you're a Manilow,
Fanilow.
Fanilow. Yes.
Fanilow.
I don't know the vernacular
of
a Barry Manilow fan club.
Fanilow.
I don't know why the hell I'm talking with an English accent. A Barry Manilow fan club.
I thought that was your Irish accent. That's the only one you have.
Stealing my lucky charms.
Yeah, exactly. Good Lord. What's on tap? Brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com. And you know what else we do every Thursday about this time?
Grilling with the Blitz, presented by Tri-County Meat Market.
I need more meat between my buns.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. We tell you if you're doing some grilling, take photos of those pictures, upload them to SA Sports Star, the Grilling with the Blitz page, because we're going to judge meat and give away a $50 gift card. And I tell you what, Felipe today did a bunch of half chickens. They look fantastic. Said first time cooking on an upright smoker, but the color he has on those birds gets him a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. So if you're grilling this weekend, you know you're going to put those photos on Instagram. And when you do, tag AJ Hoffman. He loves that.
Yeah.
And upload them to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com.
Those birds look good.
They do.
They really do.
That's some good-looking chicken.
Congratulations.
There is a margarita in our future.
Yeah.
There really is. Free margaritas for you end in about 5 minutes. So if you're close, stop by and see us here at El Guacamole Mexican Restaurant, Blanco and 1604, outside 1604, a couple miles down on the right-hand side.
Great place. I've had a great time here today. It's been a lot of fun.
Great lunch.
Yeah, great
Drinks
lunch.
are on the way.
Been a lot of people come in today to party with us.
Extra innings with Pledge coming up next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, I want to tell you about the Big Blind. I've been talking about this. It is the premier poker room in San Antonio. There is nothing that compares to the Big Blind when it comes to poker rooms, not even close, in San Antonio and the surrounding area. Look, it's from the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant. Locally owned, locally operated. They offer food and beverage served directly to your table. You got a full bar and, of course, TVs all over the place. Would you expect anything else? And tonight, beginning here in just a few minutes, Jason's Poker Night has nothing to do with Minix, but it is Jason's Poker Night. It is tonight, 6 o'clock. Go all in. You can enjoy $3 You Call It's at the bar. Did you hear that? $3 You Call It's at the bar. Plus, you spin the wheel for your chance to win up to $5,000 from 7 o'clock to midnight every hour. That is incredible. It's a poker night you do not want to miss. So point your car towards the Big Blind. Again, it's right down from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant. You know exactly where that is, 281 and Redland Road.
Riding 410 with the Blitz.